Going to be your big rival,
right?
At least in their both respective first years in this league.
Let's talk a little bit about the way things are trending for these two squads. First, for Louisville, you mentioned their points. They've won 3 games in a row. They haven't allowed a goal in that stretch. 8 goals to 0 in a 3-0 run. That's pretty impressive. I don't know if it can be any more impressive.
Very impressive. They've only allowed 4 goals. 4 goals in those 8 games played, Bob. So they are strong defensively. They get forward nicely. What they would like to do with the 4-2, 2 holders, 3 other midfielders, and 1 player up top, Matt Fondy. He's very difficult to deal with. He is a really prototypical number 9, Matt Fondy. Anywhere around the penalty area, he is dangerous. So the 2 center backs, Sam Fink and James Musa, back in that first 11 in their normal positions, are really going to have to look after number 9, Matt Fondy.
On the other side, you take a look at St. Louis Football Club, 3-3-1 on the season. Now, they won against Des Moines in the Open Cup, Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup the other day. But that has no effect on the league standings. What I think they have to do, and they've already squandered a couple of opportunities, have got to learn to protect their home pitch. This stadium, not allow teams to come in here and not only take points, but deny them points on their own field.
Without any question whatsoever, it's pro sports. You've got to get your points at home. They're 2-1-2 here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. And this is a sharp turnaround from the game on Wednesday night, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game. You have a game this Sunday, tonight, obviously. Next Wednesday as well, another Lamar Hunt Open Cup game. And then the Saturday following, the 30th next week, this team, St. Louis FC, goes back to play against Louisville. So this is a lot of regeneration, platooning players. Dale Schilly, the head coach, told me platooning is good. It shows you immediately where your depth are. And one of the real key things to look for in this team, Bob, there's a lot of still young players on this team who have, for all intents and purposes, just gone through a college soccer season. We're just about at the end of a college soccer season if you don't get into the NCAA playoffs. This team started training February 16th. It's 3.5 months. So this is new ground, really new ground for some of these very young players in St. Louis FC.
Yeah, on the pro side, you're not even a third of the way into your schedule, and so there's a long way to go. It's a grind. Do you anticipate many of the young guys more or less hitting that rookie wall and having to fight through? We see that in other sports.
Because I don't to any great extent with this team out, because they seem to have just enough veterans. A player like Mike Ambersley, a player like James Musa, who can really direct their attention elsewhere. And Dale Schilly told me, well, it's really, at this stage of the season, so early, it's a selling job. You're selling your guys, oh, you're feeling good, you'll be fine, you'll be okay. And that's why the platooning system is imperative. Mike Roach, to get his first start of this 2015 season, he'll be playing in that customary spot occupied by Jameel Hardware, right behind the top 2 fronters, Mike Ambersley and Jeremy Lynch.
And you talk about you because of the schedule, having to utilize your entire roster, and Roach didn't even play the other night, and so he's in there tonight with the starting nod. And so he's a fiery guy and trying to establish himself with this squad. And he seems like the kind of guy that would, given the opportunity, do everything he can to say, you can't take me out of the lineup.
He wants minutes. He's justified minutes, as some of the players, when Dale changed some players last Wednesday night in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game. A lot of players had justified those minutes. That's why he made some changes. Put James Musa at that holding midfielder position, and he was quite pleased with him there, as a matter of fact, simply because he covered so much ground. But the thing that Roach will give you in that position, right behind the top two fronters, are his early balls. You play a ball on the ground to Roach, he's going to flick a lot of them to him on his first touch, put him in behind defenders, redirect the flow of the ball, and he will shoot the ball from anywhere just outside the penalty area.
We talked about the trends between these two teams. We already mentioned the unbelievable defense from Louisville City. For St. Louis, conversely, having trouble consistently scoring, and that's something that's got to be rectified.
Especially in the home games.
Yeah.
And Dale Schilly and his entire coaching staff, they do things all the time during training sessions during the week to isolate things, such as maybe getting the ball out of the backfield quicker, playing the ball through the center circle, in through midfield, isolating those forwards, making better runs, making bigger runs, making yourself available. So they address things like that all the time, and believe me, they are very conscious of that fact. As we talked about the fact that they've played 7 games, have 10 points from those 7 games, 7 goals for, 7 goals against. Now, not as many as you want, obviously, but where they stand right now, they're in 7th place, right behind the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and right behind the Harrisburg City Islanders, and in particular, Louisville City. So these are important games within your own conference, and this is the second of 4 games against Louisville.
Obviously, getting goals and winning is the key, but what do you want to see St. Louis FC do to achieve that? What are the things you'd like to see more of or the club to get better at?
Continue to get the chances on goal, because the goals will come with the talented ball strikers that they have up top. Now, Mike Ambersley is a whole different dimension than Brian Gall up top. Mike will do a lot more chasing. He won't chase for 90 straight minutes. He's 32 years of age. He realizes he can't do that as much. But he will do things similar to what he did when he came in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game last Wednesday. Picks and chooses when to run at people, when to make himself available for a run, whereas Jeremy Lynch, he stays up and around the penalty area, or will even come back to the center circle to come find the game. Brian Gall seems to be very comfortable playing up top and even dropping back deeper. So the thing you want to see, Bob, is the consistent availability of players up top, but the continual improvement of these soccer players, especially in home games, and getting the chances on goal.
You hear the crowd getting fired up on a night where inclement weather may be imminent. A light drizzle coming down right now here at Worldwide Technologies Soccer Park, Marshall Wireless Stadium, as we're just a couple of minutes away from getting this one going. It's a light drizzle coming down, more rain anticipated, a strong wind coming out of the west or the south and southwest as the teams make their way onto the pitch now. This will be interesting to see how weather is an impact on this one, but what a crowd to come out on a night that many people anticipate being a tough night weather-wise.
Exactly, as they have been coming out for every home game, Bob. Those first 2 home games sold out, and remember that first game that was on a Thursday night. We weren't sure what was going to happen. First game during the week, not on a weekend. Very respectable crowd then, and likewise a very respectable crowd last Wednesday night in that U.S. Open Cup game.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, it'll be St. Louis FC against Louisville City here in St. Louis, hard by the banks of the Merrimack River at Worldwide Technologies Soccer Park. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Of our national anthem, sung tonight by Evan Edwards.
Alice Stadium. Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Bob Ramsey, Bill McDermott. It is St. Louis FC against Louisville City. And Bill McDermott, we've talked about the keys for this one tonight. It sure would be nice to see a quick strike goal, although you can hope for one thing, and to do it against Louisville. So much respect for what they do. When you look at what they've done, no goals allowed in their last 3 league games. That's pretty good stuff.
That's powerful. I don't care what league you're playing, any place in the world, but I don't know if it's going to do us any good to get that real quick goal. Remember, Brian Gall got one in the first minute against Toronto, and we were not successful in that one. Nonetheless, the chances on goal is what you want to see. Controlling the game at your home field. All part and parcel of what you talked about, Bob, making it an impossible place for the visitors to play, and that message to get loud and clear around not just the Eastern Conference, but the entire league.
Now, I admit this is a little bit of amateur psychology coming up. Sometimes I wonder if St. Louis is almost trying to be too perfect in and around the goal, whereas maybe, and perhaps wishful thinking on my part, that having Roach out there with those quick one-touch, first-touch passes and flicks onto the goal maybe changes that. Read it, direct it, read and react instead of trying to set up the perfect, beautiful play.
And if it's going to be anybody to do that, it's that player in that particular position.
Right
behind the top 2 front runners. Now, occasionally he may play tight to them, work in tight spaces, work quick little 1-2s, lay off him just a little bit, look up, receive the ball, deaden it, assess the situation, play balls through for Richard Dixon coming out of the backfield or Oscar Gasecki coming out of the backfield. And as I mentioned, Mike Roach has a very potent left foot as well, Bob, so he will not hesitate to have a goal from anywhere around that penalty area.
St. Louis in their navy blue uniforms, red piping down the sides of the shorts. Louisville comes out in their all whites trimmed in navy blue. They'll be moving right to left. St. Louis gets together, a final huddle before they get going. Talk about Alec Kann, the keeper, as he and Mark Pace have split time. Both have been really remarkable in my view.
This has been a dynamic tandem for St. Louis FC, and Brian Jones, the goalkeeping coach on the coaching staff, told me he cannot believe how much both of them have adapted to this league, and he really thoroughly thinks that they could be the best 1-2 combination in the overall league.
They may need it tonight. St. Louis will open up with the first possession on the kickoff, and out top, Mike Ambersley is there. Referees get set. Crowd restless in anticipation. The wind has died down a little bit, and we're underway. Roach gets the touch. Swings it to Dixon, long pass forward. He wanted Ambersley on a dead run. Now it's chipped ahead, but knocked away by the Louisville defense. Tap back toward the goal again. There's a left-footed bomb, but right on, well-sighted. Hauled in by Goodwin.
Good play by Jeremy Lynch, nonetheless. He has this back to play, receives, turns, take a shot from beyond the penalty area arc.
Now Louisville tries the long flighted drive, and it's relatively successful. They come in on the attack. Adams has it on the left side. Adams will roll it back toward midfield. He has Quinn there. Aiden Quinn switches fields left to right. They look to settle. Find Dakers. Sends it in deep. And booted away, out of play. St. Louis will recover. Well defended.
Well defended by Brian Ciasolco. That's the job of the box-to-box midfielder. And that's exactly why you're called that, the box-to-box. Penalty area to penalty area. Help out on defense, protect the right back and or left back when he goes forward.
Sam Fink on the right flank sends it up along the sideline. Ambersley looks to run under, takes a hit, shoved out of bounds, but he's able to get it for a St. Louis throw-in in the offensive third. Dixon, long throw-in, nobody ran onto it, but Roach recovers near the top of the arc, and then Louisville City brings it out. Louisville City, Montano sends it forward, knocked down by Fink. Fink chips it high in the air. Headed down by Lynch. Tried to find Ambersley again. They lose it out of play on the right side.
And you can see the St. Louis FC immediately bobbing the ball's in the air to people like Lynch, maybe Roach. They're looking for the run of Mike Ambersley.
Nice foul drawn by Rankin, man. He really stuck his nose in there, got beat up a little bit, dead ball, and Roach will strike it just inside the sideline.
How many times have we talked about this? The wide midfielder. Dribble, beat your man, get it over. If you don't get it over, win the foul.
Now Roach, his teammates set up. Far side of the area, curled on, far post, punched out of there by Goodwin.
Good goalkeeping by Scott Goodwin, Bob.
Still in play as Gesicki sends it rolling through, loose in the goal area, knocked away by an alert defender at the last moment as it was laying dangerously right in front of the goal line. And now we have a whistle as they tried to clear.
Foul whistled up against number 17, Jacob Bouchou. Hard tackling, holding midfielder.
Quite an opportunity there for St. Louis, just missed.
You said one of the things you want to see early in the game, chances. There's one of your chances. First of which comes from her corner kick, goes to the opposite post, across the goal mouth on the ground at the near post.
We got a player in the back injured. I think that's Morad, Tarek Morad, limping a little bit. It was a wild scramble in front of the keeper who had gone down trying to protect the near post. As it bounced away, it laid. I would imagine the Louisville City folks felt like it was a ticking bomb ready to go off. They booted it out, but he got racked up a little bit. And now Morad with the ball.
Anytime your goalkeeper is on the ground
and he doesn't have the ball
on the goal line and the ball's bouncing in the penalty area, that's troublesome.
Adams on a nice run through the midfield. Pokes it ahead. Fondy had space for a moment, but closed off nicely by Sam Fink.
That's good work by Charlie Adams because he has the confidence to play that ball to number 9, Matt Fondy. We talked about him. Matt Fondy guarded, man for man right there. Doesn't make any difference to Charlie Adams. I'm still giving the ball to my number 9.
Enrique Montano throws it in. Taken away immediately in the back by Rankin, who already called Charles' name a couple of times tonight. Stepping in, Ambersley pokes it to midfield. Ambersley there, swings it left with a flick for Ciasulca. He drops it back. Gesicki is there, playing on the outside tonight. Gesicki tried to find Ciasulca, but that was knocked away. Here comes Louisville City. They send it forward, chesting it down. Matt Fondy tried to get it to McCabe. He curls it back, and then it's knocked away by Ciasulca up the left sideline. Wanted Roach too far ahead, and they're going to roll it back to their keeper, Scott Goodwin.
Good work there by Ciasulca. To win the ball and dig it out defensively. Play the ball to the early run to Mike Roach on the flank.
Now an unforced error in the defensive third for Louisville City. St. Louis takes over on a throw-in. Dixon has it and has to run back across midfield to corral an errant pass back for Fink. Boy, they're putting a lot of pressure on him up front. Matt Fondy puts that pressure on.
Makes him play immediately. Make that last defender play, especially when he's got the ball at his feet.
Nice takeaway in the midfield. Burke has it on the right side. Roach recovers for St. Louis and then gives it up there for Bouchou. He'll drop it back for Fink. Fink surveys the field and then flicks it to the right side for Dixon on the sideline. Curled it forward, hoping someone would run on, but it rolls through to the area for Scott Goodwin.
Richard was trying to curl that ball away from and in behind that last defender, looking from the run of Roach.
They bring it back up the left side. That was tipped away by Rankin. Throw in for Montano. He'll drop it back. Morad with Quinn, Aiden Quinn.
Aiden Quinn, who wears number 4, and number 8, Jeff Guzman, will be those holders right in front of the back 4 defenders.
St. Louis tried to take it away in the midfield, but it rolls back, and Morad then will play it left. Montano has it up the left flank across the midfield stripe. Taps it for Adams. Adams rolls it to the middle, and they drop it back, having Guzman send it back to the right side. Good ball movement, back and forth. Burke has it, long flighted ball. Dangerous and headed just wide of the goal on the left side.
The key to that play, Bob, you just pointed it out, the good ball movement. From the left back into the center circle to the right back, making the move.
Nobody held it too long, moved with purpose.
Good ball getting it over to the opposite post. Due for that runner, number 11, Niall McCabe.
Alec Can, the St. Louis keeper.
Signed from the Chicago Fire on loan in late March.
He sent it to midfield, but it's taken over by Louisville. Handball, inadvertent handball, but turns it over. Aiden Quinn sends it back for his defense. Shanoski up the right side, looking to go on the attack again. Roach tries to win it back in the middle, can't control. Tip through, nice little give and go, and they just clear it out and out of play. That was starting to set up as a dangerous situation.
Again, they will try to isolate number 9, Matt Fondy, with that last defender. He'll stay level with that last defender. He'll wait for the ball to be played in behind either Sam Fink or James Musa.
Not a lot of chances yet, but the pace of the game seems to be pretty fluid.
Up and back from both teams.
Louisville City up the right sideline. Long pass there, taken away. Recovered by Bouchou, tried to lob it forward, looking up front for Mike Ambersley, too far, and the Louisville City defense takes over. They get it to midfield for Aiden Quinn, or the midfielder who plays a little bit back, then a long diagonal pass across, taken away and knocked down by Dixon, tried to get it ahead for Rankin. Back to Dixon. Moves it forward there with Lynch. Lynch curls it back. He's got Bouchou, and they switch to the left side now. And Gesicki sends it forward with Siasolka knocked away, and they back up the right side. Booted away to prevent the move forward by Musa, and Musa knocked it away, and Louisville City gets it back.
St. Louis FC trying to get everyone involved here. Richard Dixon starts to play it right back, plays it through the center circle, gets it over to left back Gesicki. Just trying to get options, everybody involved, play it sideline to sideline, wait for a runner just around the penalty area.
Throw in for Louisville City, they'll send it in the back. Roll it across for Morad. Morad looked left, then stays in the middle, slipped and fell. Did he give it up? No, got rid of it just in time. St. Louis smelled that one, but Montano recovers and moves back to the middle of the field. Up the left flank on the side. McCabe left side. Hard slide tackle, knocks it away, but recovered by Quinn. Quinn drops it back. He has Guzman in the center circle, and they go back to the right side. Send it through, looking for Dakers. Has some space. Flights the ball up and over the area, the penalty area, and out of play on the other side. Had a good idea, but sent it too far over everybody's head.
They had everything, got it to the back quickly, got the counterattack going, gave it to Kadeem Akers, wearing number 7 wide in that right flank, and all of a sudden Kadeem thought Brian McBride was in Louisville's first 11. He's not.
So St. Louis will get it on the throw-in. Try to get it back through the middle. Boy, heavy pressure forward from Louisville, and they take over with Adams. Adams has already made a couple of nice plays. Then they send it back right for Burke. Burke has some space. Top of the area, sends it in deep. Running out to kind of haul it in was Can. It wasn't on goal, but he didn't want that one loose on that far side.
Positively. And let's spin our Credo, Bob. Get off your line, get it quickly. Don't let a ball bounce in the penalty area.
He went out and got it and hauled it in, but taken over in midfield again is Louisville City. Coming back, Rankin knocked it away. Dixon looks to send it forward, but no teammate was there. Recovered by Guzman. Guzman with Charlie Adams. Oh, and a nifty little give for Montano up the left side. Curls one toward the goal. Too high and deep and along the end line and out of play, and St. Louis will recover. Louisville starting to feel a little bit of a control here. St. Louis needs to shock them to say, hey, you're not playing at home.
No, sir, not by any means. They're moving the ball quickly, isolating people, one forward against one defender, and they're moving the ball quickly, getting everybody involved on the attack.
Hey, Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service for convenience and value. Get into Dobbs. Booted to midfield for St. Louis, but Louisville heads it right back again. Again, it's Fondy. Fondy controls in traffic. Curls has a step to the right side. Dives in a slide tackle play by Musa. Never did get the man, but he prevented the ball from getting into the goal area. But it's going to become a corner kick opportunity for Louisville City, and they'll send Charlie Adams over to the right corner.
Matt Fondy, if he has the chance, he's going to make a run into the penalty area. You saw both players there, perhaps doing what they do best. The ball on the ground at number 9's feet. Matt Fondy immediately running into the penalty area on goal. James Musa with the sliding tackle, preventing the ball from coming over.
Charlie Adams out of the right corner. Just taps it in front. They tried to roll it back out on sort of a slow developing give and go, broken up by St. Louis, but Burke recovers at midfield for Louisville. Look to send it back in on a header. It's loose, wide open shot, a left foot block. Oh, what a play. How did that not go in? Quinn had a wide open goal to shoot at, and one of the St. Louis defenders slid over.
James Musa, again, alert defending the
Wow.
sliding tackle because Aiden Quinn was unmarked at that far post, had an excellent opportunity with the shot on goal. Musa with that wonderful sliding tackle. Aiden Quinn had a golden opportunity there.
I think you couldn't believe how open he was.
He was kind of shocked into it.
Yeah. That extra pause allowed the defense to make the play. Headed forward now, offensive third, Roach with a touch. Oh, a nice left-footed flick to the right side to keep it moving forward. And they were looking to get Jeremy Lynch. He had it but knocked away, and St. Louis will get a nice throw in.
Roach nicely done there, trying as quickly as possible to isolate Lynch, getting him into the penalty area, one-on-one with that last defender.
Dixon on the throw in.
Dixon, as we mentioned, wears number 2, that right back. I called in for Jamaica's national team, Copa America and the Gold Cup.
Dixon sends it through, headed away nicely. See if St. Louis can run it down. They do, and gaining control. Rankin under pressure, and it goes out of play. Good pressure forward by Niall McCabe.
Now McCabe, the opposite, number 11. He realized that Rankin had his back to play, had very few options, simply made him play, wins the ball in the process.
Nice passing on the throw in, and they get it back to Morad. He'll go left to right in the back. Now they come to the middle. That's Guzman. Back to the right side. They're going to roll it all the way back to Scott Goodwin, their keeper. Now he'll bring it out left for Morad. Morad back to the right side.
As we mentioned, Bob, this is the second of 4 games between these two teams. They both opened their new season, their expansion season. That was in Louisville on March 28th. Louisville winning at home by a score of 2-0.
Their defense, as we pointed out, has been remarkable. They win the ball back again from St. Louis. Back to the midfield. Charlie Adams taken away as he went down. Roach has it center. He took a big shoulder, looks at the official, wonders why there was no penalty. A shoulder hit him square in the chest and knocked him over. Now a nice play on the far side by St. Louis, and they'll bring it back. In the back, Musa tried to boot it ahead, but I got to give Louisville City credit. They keep putting pressure on the St. Louis defenders, make them play.
Making them play, but that's an uncustomary giveaway from James Musa coming out of the backfield.
Louisville City controls. We're into the 15th minute, no score here in St. Louis. Montano, nice direct ball through the middle, but they couldn't control. Recovering, though, is Charlie Adams. Adams sends it forward, gets it back. Great first touch. Oh, and he had a man streaking in, Fondy, but it was broken up by St. Louis. Boy, that was developing beautifully, and St. Louis smelled it out.
James Musa, again, great defending, but the balls coming out of the backfield are over the top of the defenders, forcing Lynch and Ambersley to chase too much. The balls have to be on the ground at their feet. The long ball out of the backfield over the top is on occasionally.
So Louisville brings it out again through the middle. They send it left for Montano. He looks to the middle. They bump Charlie Adams, but he's able to control it for Aiden Quinn. Sends it to the right side, but too far and out of play. A rare, unforced error by Louisville City, and St. Louis gets it back.
They immediately look up, Louisville City does. They get the ball from the left flank to the right flank. They try to do that through the ball movement, through the center circle, or the long flighted ball initially.
They drive it forward, but it was too far. The keeper, Goodwin, brings it right back out. So not much of a possession for St. Louis off that error. Montano rolls it back, has his man Morad. They'll try the right side and send it forward. Looking for an opening, taken over by St. Louis. Nice play by Bouchou.
Nice, good ball on the ball. Good work on the ball, excuse me, from number 17, Jacob Bouchou, protecting it with his body.
Gesicki beats a man nicely with Ambersley for Roach on the left sideline. Good ball movement through. Tried a little back heel. Tried to flick it on with the back heel, and it was knocked away out of play. St. Louis gets it back on the left sideline.
Waiting for the run of Oscar Gesicki. That's his job. Overlap, get beyond that left side midfield, the box-to-box to midfielder, so he can get involved in the offense.
Louisville marking up nicely on man. On the throw-in, Louisville takes it away. Well defended. Quinn has it again. They move it forward for Charlie Adams. Montagna brings it up the left side. He has a lot of space to run. Wide open spaces through the midfield to the offensive third. He's held up and drops it back for Quinn. Quinn back to the midfield, center circle, and then tap back. Morad brings it forward. They couldn't take it away from Adams, and it's recovered by Quinn. Back with Adams. He and Quinn trying to get it through the middle. Knocked away, and Lynch recovers. Lynch with Roach at the center circle. Roach back through the middle, Ambersley. Slips it right for Rankin. Rankin to the right side. Here comes Dixon. There was that overlapping run on the right side. Now Dixon beats his man, beats Montagna, sets it up in the right corner. Drops it back for Lynch. Lynch along the sideline, draws a double team, nutmegs one man, holds off another, controls it on the end line, still battling, and then knocked it off and draws the corner kick. Great work by Jeremy Lynch.
Excellent work in a tight space by number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Getting away from the normal place where he normally is, and that is the tip of the penalty area arc, or right in that penalty area. But good work between Dixon and Jeremy Lynch. Dixon tried to get the ball over. It fell for Jeremy Lynch. He wins the corner kick in the process. Good work from your number 9 shirt.
Little tap-in corner kick, and now some open space. St. Louis attacks, and Dixon tried to drive one about 10, 12 yards outside the penalty area. Deflected away, and St. Louis on a throw-in from the side. And a little give-and-go attempt. And St. Louis is going to get it. Rankin was able to deflect it off a Louisville player.
Nice touch by number 8, Juan Guzman. St. Louis FC keeps it under the throw.
Dixon tried to get it to Roach. That was knocked away, but controlled by St. Louis at the center of the field. Gasecki drives one in, looking for Ambersley. Headed in the air. It's wide open, 50-50 in the air. Knocked away. St. Louis recovers again on the right flank. Dixon looks for Ambersley. Oh, tried to pass one through instead of the shot. He was looking for Lynch. Deflected away. St. Louis will get the corner.
That's a good ball on the ground from number 2, Richard Dixon, to isolate Mike Ambersley on the ground with the ball at his feet. Plays it on his protected side. Mike across his body tries to send it into the penalty area. Deflected off, and a corner kick, the end result.
Roach again out of the right corner. Has Ambersley in front of the keeper. Sends it right to him. Headed in the middle and then knocked away. Recovered by St. Louis at the corner of the area. And then sent back to Roach on the sideline. Mike tries another one. That one curled into the penalty area, knocked away, recovered by Louisville. They try to force out. Dakers is knocked away. They send it to the right side. Roach, first touch, looking for Ambersley, who didn't run on. Knocked away by Louisville City. St. Louis continues to hang on to the possession.
Good work by Jacob Bouchou in the center part of the field to keep the ball alive.
Dixon will throw it in.
That was the type of ball we mentioned earlier, Bob. First part of our broadcast that Wrench will try to get the ball from either Roach or Ambersley. Early touches around the penalty area.
There's one dropped in front of Lynch. He was shoved off the ball. They try to clear, but recovered by Dixon. He'll send it back to Sam Fink. They'll reload in the back. Sending it forward, Musa. They curl back again, more pressure. Bouchou all the way to the left sideline. Tried to attack, was tripped up, it goes out of play. They're just going to call it an error by Bouchou, the crowd over there. And what a crowd we have tonight. Did not like that call.
Bouchou trying to get forward on the left flank, trying to protect the ball with his body.
What a good crowd tonight, Bill McDermott, as they've settled into a real good affair here into the... Oh, stolen away! He scores! Was he offside? It's a goal! It's a goal! What a play by Lynch! He just walked in and took it away from the keeper and scored, Bill McDermott. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? I am shocked.
He just walked in. He was a couple of feet away, walked in and suddenly dove forward, slid forward with his feet and knocked it away from the feet of Goodwin. Unbelievable.
Jeremy
a diabolical play.
And that is typical of a number 9. Keep the ball alive in the penalty area. For the pass from the last defender on the ground to the goalkeeper, Scott Goodwin looks up. The first touch positively gets away from him. As a matter of fact, he couldn't even make a first touch. He lets the ball roll across his body, an absolutely inexcusable error from a goalkeeper.
Oh, my. And Lynch did everything with the pressure on. What an unbelievable goal, and St. Louis leads 1-0.
So Jeremy Lynch last Wednesday night wins the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game against the Des Moines Menace, and now with alert play, so if he runs onto a ball, it's going across Scott Goodwin's body, side foots it in the goal.
Clearly a mistake by Goodwin, but what happened to him?
He didn't hit it first time. He should immediately when balls rolled across to him in his own penalty area from the last defender who's playing sideways to him, knock it across, clear it immediately. He looked upfield first, took his eyes off the ball, and Lynch was there. Whoa.
Amazing. St. Louis gets possession, knocks it off of a Louisville City player.
Yeah, that's very unusual from Scott Goodwin. He won the...
nobody scored on Louisville City in 3 straight games.
Former NCAA winning goalkeeper, as a matter of fact, for UNC in 2011.
You know what I always say, Bill? The minute a stat becomes noteworthy, it's about to change, and it sure did right then.
Positively. He played for the Carolina Railhawks in the NASL in 2014. Just signed with the Louisville City FC squad the 16th of March this year. So an inexcusable but yet rare error from the goalkeeper, Scott Goodwin.
Wow, now Louisville City looks to put more pressure on. St. Louis wins the ball, moving toward midfield. And we got a foul in the back, or somebody's down, an injury. Is that Musa?
I believe that's James Musa, that center back. Nathan Burning, the athletic trainer, immediately running to his aid, the team captain.
We'll try and figure out what's going on there. St. Louis-based Worldwide Technologies, a proud supporter of the St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 4 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen. Musa's still down, but he is sitting now. Nathan Burney out there visiting with him. Reminds you that G&W Meat and Bavarian Style Sausage Company is proud to be the official brat of St. Louis FC. Celebrating 50 years as a family-owned St. Louis tradition, you can't beat G&W Meat. Musa's back up, and it looks like he's going to walk off, Bill.
He's going to walk off for just a moment. The athletic trainer had to come onto the field. Consequently, he goes off. He'll come back at the first guaranteed substitution. But he has been a real strong captain for St. Louis FC, just 22 years of age. He's a New Zealand international player. Played at Fulham in 2012, 2013. Brian McBride's former club, Clint Dempsey's former club. Currently owned by Shad Khan, who also owns the Jacksonville Jaguars in NFL.
So St. Louis ready to go now. We're back underway, and here we go. Driven forward by Alec Can into the offensive third. Recovered on the far wing. Siasolka looks to turn it in. It was knocked away. Quick throw in. They bring it back with Bouchou. Drew a double team and tried to find Siasolka as he knew he'd drawn the extra man, but put it behind him out of play.
Tried to play it early to Siasolka. That's one of the things Dale O'Shilly has been working on, the options, the ball coming from the midfield to the top front runners. Can the front runners get in a better position? Can they make bigger runs? Can they make the play easier so the chances aren't so hard to come by?
You know, it's funny when you talk about, you know, it's a mistake by their keeper Goodwin as Louisville looks to go on the attack again, knocked away. But isn't it interesting, and I don't believe coincidental, that St. Louis had possessed the ball for more than a minute, maybe a minute and a half, in the offensive half of the field. And you just keep going, you keep putting pressure on, and eventually a mistake happens.
Bob, how many times have we talked about it? Make people play.
Long run up the right side, knocked away by the St. Louis defense. Recovered by Louisville City. A lot of clutching and grabbing going on. And a foul finally called. St. Louis will take it back.
Look how deep Jeremy Lynch comes back to help out defensively. That's one of your top front runners. And you don't see very many number 9 shirts, the stereotypical center forward, running back to help out defensively. However, on this team, playing for Dale O'Shilly, everybody works for everybody.
Alec Can comes way out over to the left sideline. Drills it forward. A little header toward the penalty area. It was directed for Ambersley, but it was knocked away by a defender. Now Siasolka swings it left, trying to drive it. Gasecki just out in front of the goal, and this time Goodwin came out and said, I better make a play here.
Good goalkeeping from Scott Goodwin. Saw it immediately. Nice ball curled in from Oscar Gasecki, getting the start in the first 11 tonight at that left back spot.
Guzman with Morad for Louisville City. The defensive third. Now they go through the midfield for Quinn. Aiden Quinn called his name quite a bit early. They send it to the right side, up the sideline, across midfield. That's Brian Burke. Tried to chip it forward. Touched by St. Louis and recovered in the midfield, then lost again. They swing it left for Adams. He's been active. They give it up top. Swing it right, looking for a run on. Quinn sends it back through the middle, knocked away by Musa. It'll be a corner kick opportunity for Louisville City.
Get people involved, get the opposite side, the weak side runner involved. This time it was the right back, curls the ball in. Awkward first touch from James Musa, out of play, corner kick, the end result for Louisville City.
Charlie Adams will be the author of this corner kick out of the right corner. They run two players into the middle. They drill it low and cleared out of there by St. Louis. Not out of play, recovered near midfield by Burke, and Louisville City will put the pressure on. Flighted into the area, and Can comes out, saw it all the way, and makes an easy play at the top of the goal area.
A goalkeeper of any consequence in this league or anywhere in the world is going to make that play with no difficulty.
Sort of looked dangerous off the boot, but then it was
too direct and it's in the air too long.
Yep, kind of hung up. Spinning in the middle, Fondy at the top of the arc. Good defense made him give it up. A left-footed shot bounced off a St. Louis player, and diving, taking no chances, Alec Can on the near post.
Shot whistled in from Juan Guzman. Good save from Alec Can because that ball rebounded, deflected off a last defender, Bob. It took a very odd bounce.
Can drills it across midfield. Ambersley couldn't haul it in, but Morad is there. Louisville City takes over again, trailing 1-0. Aiden Quinn, long pass, good idea, but it was well read, but then given up. Can comes off his line, wide open shot, they score! Oh, he came off his line, and Matt Fondy made him pay from the top of the area.
Well, the key to the play, Bob, the absolute key to the play is the through ball coming from the center circle, provided by number 4, Aiden Quinn. So Louisville gets back into the game in the 30th minute. The early ball from midfield on the ground, on the angle, made everybody play.
It looked like Dixon was going to make the play, but he didn't stop the ball, and it hopped over him.
He tried to slide tackle it. He knew how dangerous. He knew the runner was right behind him off his shoulder. So number 9, Matt Fondy, gets in behind the defense, equalizes for Louisville in the 30th minute.
Tied 1-1. So a couple of mistakes, one by either squad, ties up this game here in St. Louis.
Key play again, the ball on the ground from the center circle on the diagonal, trying to get it in behind that last defender, Richard Dixon. He couldn't quite get the ball, deflects off his right foot. Kadeem Akers runs onto it, beats the goalkeeper. That possibly would have been a foul anywhere, and standing it right there as any number 9 shirt should be, just inside the penalty area, and Fondy equalizes for Louisville City FC.
Well, a great setup for Louisville City, and now they want to try and keep the pressure on, back even after a horrific mistake by their keeper. They were trying to get it in for Fondy, and it was booted away.
Bob, that early ball from the holding midfielder in the center circle, on the ground, on the diagonal to the top front runner, made that play.
It was on the diagonal, but right to his run. It was beautifully designed. Now a left-footed shot into the penalty area, knocked away, recovering Montano. He wants to curl out of there. Boy, very physical play. He looked to grab Rankin. They let him get away with it.
But Rankin's fouled in the process.
They don't let him get away with it.
Rankin's fouled by number 20, Enrique Montano. Montano, just yet another young player, Bob. We talked about that theme, just getting through a college soccer season, about this stage of their season. Played his intercollegiate soccer at San Jose State University. really symbolic San Jose State University is. The very first, the inaugural MLS game was played there early in the springtime, 1996, on the campus of San Jose State, Spartan Stadium, DC United and the San Jose Clash.
Soccer's come a long way since then.
Very much so, especially in MLS and the other leagues around the world, and especially the academy systems by the various teams.
Yeah, and the tiered system of which St. Louis FC is a part. It's really been remarkable with the growth.
It's working everywhere. Games are on television on a regular basis. There's a new cachet, a new respectability, a new responsibility level for the sport of soccer in the United States.
All you have to do is look at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park tonight. A holiday weekend, a lot of people barbecuing or traveling, and yet we got well over 4,000 people here on a night that currently is beautiful, but might be dicey before it's all over. Yet these hardcore fans, they're here en masse. Now off the right sideline,
the referee wants to talk to the defenders and the offensive players for Louisville City, waiting for this this dead ball to be flatted into the penalty area.
Off the right side, into the area, headed by Roach, headed back in by Louisville City player. Back and forth, we ping pong through, but recovered, top of the arc, looking to move it in, direct on goal. Oh, it knocked away at the last moment. Musa got back at, the last moment. He was pulling the leg back to strike it.
Bondi played the ball on the ground, in behind the last defender. James Musa came in behind that last defender. Sam Fink made the clearance.
It'll be a corner kick. Montano out of the left corner. They send everybody out high. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's a throw-in. Throw-in just out of the left corner. My mistake, and we'll see how he wants to play this. He has a man high. Instead, a little give and go, and I don't know what they were doing. They just kicked it out of play and give it right back to St. Louis.
These two teams meet up again next Saturday, May 30th at Louisville City. In between, both teams have a Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game.
Jeremy Lynch and Aiden Quinn are communicating with each other in ways the official is doesn't seem to be appreciative. So he wants to discuss it with them.
Referee Brandon Artis says, okay, let's speak to these two people. Let's get on with it.
On the throw-in, Lynch is there, boots it ahead, off a defender and out. St. Louis will get it back. Well, he was working hard that time. And they get it to Rankin on the throw-in rather for Dixon. He'll swing it left, and Musa approaches the center circle under duress. Has to give it up on the left side. Oh, nice little give and go. Siaselka with Gesicki. They send it forward. Long run, moving in, booted back toward the middle and knocked away the defender in really a great spot. Now back on top. Rankin moves in, has some space. A shot, the save by Goodwin. And across the end line, corner kick coming for St. Louis.
Good work from Charles Rankin, but in particular, wonderful work by Mike Roach to keep this ball alive. Oscar Gesicki comes out from left back, contributed to this as well. But good work by Roach just outside the penalty area.
Now out of the left corner for St. Louis. Toward the near post, headed out by the defense. They look to run it down. Dakers goes after it, knocked away by Rankin. Rankin swings it left. Lynch tried to, or I believe that was that over there? Tried to run it down and got run out of bounds. Louisville City will get it right back. St. Louis had a couple of opportunities right there, Bill.
Continue to keep the pressure alive, not letting the ball get out of their own half offensively. St. Louis FC making the other team play, try to get out of their backfield. But when they do, when Louisville gets out of their backfield, they play quickly. They play through the center circle. They find people on the flanks.
Passed in and taken away by St. Louis. Here comes Rankin. Rankin tried to find Roach running on up that left side, but it was knocked away. Tracking it down is McCabe. McCabe for Louisville City across midfield to the offensive third. McCabe swings it left, wide open man. Montano sends it through and a nice run, but booted away by Musa again. Thank goodness Musa is on the pitch tonight.
Musa there immediately, the team captain. Ball's on the ground. He is not going to mess with it inside the penalty area, especially with number 9, Matt Fondy, right behind him.
Montano sends it in, but knocked away, and Richard Dixon to midfield, but that's taken right away again, and Morad flips it ahead for Guzman. Montano sends it through, left-footed shot goes through the area. Musa tried to deflect it away, kind of went on through to the right corner, and Louisville City retains possession. Burke is there, lobs one into the area, knocked away by St. Louis, and they'll bring it out. Rankin clears it to midfield, has Dixon with a man to beat. Dixon held up and beats that man. One more behind him. Tries to drill it through, he's knocked off, it'll be a foul.
It's a foul, and that'll be a card as well.
Boy, what a work rate tonight from Jeremy Dixon, and on that play in particular.
He comes back to find the game on a regular basis, comes back, receives, turns, goes right at that last defender, wins a foul in the process, does the old push and go beyond number 6, Tarek Morad, wins a foul in the process in a dangerous position for St. Louis FC.
Dead between the top of the arc and the near point of the center circle, dead right in between there. What do you like to see in situations like this?
Well, if Roberto Carlos is in your first 11, it's a shot, but he's not.
So
this will be attempted free kick by Mike Roach to find a front runner with a little flicked on header. St. Louis FC was working this at training last week. Some of their bigger players get inside the penalty area, run onto the ball, redirect it on the flicked header.
Roach faces a 3-man wall. Everybody else spread around on the line just inside the top of the penalty area. He does flick it on, but the keeper saw it nicely, came roaring out, and Scott Goodwin makes the play. He releases, looking forward for Fondy on a dead run. He lost it out of play. He wanted a foul, is not going to get it, will play on. While he's arguing, let me remind you about Veta Sports and their 6 locations in the metro area offering indoor and outdoor adult soccer leagues, men's, co-ed, women's divisions. Register a team or sign up for a house team. Details at vetasports.com. Get your friends together and play soccer.
Referee Brandon Artis gave Jacob Bouchou a yellow card for that tackle. Evidently, he didn't like the tackle in the open field, but hey, it's professional soccer. There's going to be some contact.
Tied 1-1 into the 40th minute here in the first half. Louisville City rolls it back. Goodman had a ball bounce up and knocked it down with his hand on what should have been an easy pass. He might get the yips back there before the night's over. They're going to try the right flank, send it up the right sideline, too far. Coming out to make the play is Alec Can, the fine St. Louis keeper.
Can has experience in this league, Bob. He was on loan last year with the Charlotte Eagles. He was on loan in 2012 for 1 year to the Charleston Battery.
Can says it ahead. He wants Lynch. That was a good drive. Bounces through the midfield. Bouchou recovers with Roach. Oh, he tried to just flick it on for Ambersley. Knocked away. Now 50-50 in the middle. And the ball finally won by Rankin. Rankin with Roach at the center line. Sulka had it for a moment, and then it was taken away. Nifty play there by Dakers, and out of bounds, knocked away by St. Louis. They'll recover and throw it in. Oh, I'm sorry, dead ball, my mistake.
Bouchou continues to win a lot of balls in the open field, which is real key for that holding midfield position, Bob.
Louisville City content to send it back. On the right side, they switch to the left. Morad. Montano. Knocked off of him out of play. St. Louis on the quick throw, and they're going to throw 2 balls in. They finally get the right one in, and Can goes back. They'll drill it out across the midfield stripe. Well, he climbed right up the back of Ambersley to head it away, but Roach recovers. Roach has it with Bouchou, and now Dixon. Dixon's going to send it back for Sam Fink. See him kind of back in that right middle. Haven't called his name a lot tonight. Fink there, rolls it through, has Ambersley. Ambersley. Long pass, didn't have much on it, kind of scuffed it, and it was taken away. Guzman in the midfield. Sends it to the wing, has a man, beautiful touch. McCabe against Dixon, left-footed shot, curled up top, knocked away by the defense That was kind of scary because Can felt like he had it played, but Musa said, I'm not going to take a chance on that spinning ball through the middle and knocked it away over the end line.
Immediately getting forward as number 11, Niall McCabe, from that left flank, gets it over across the penalty area, the ball bouncing in. James Musa didn't like the appearance of that. Comes, cleans it up away from the hands of his goalkeeper, Alec Can. Nonetheless, good attacking from number 11, Niall McCabe. Immediately get that ball into the penalty area.
So they're going to take a corner kick, left corner this time. Send 2 men into the goal area. The rest high and to the far side near the top of the penalty area. Hanging around the 18. The approach. Drilled one through, a little low line drive boot out of the left corner, headed away by the defense, and it rolls harmlessly to midfield, but recovered there by Montano. They'll come again. Here comes Louisville City. They send it on, but Gesicki was able to make that play. As it rolls out of bounds, they're going to just let it roll, and Can will bring it out.
So both number 9s have scored in this game. Jeremy Lynch for St. Louis FC continues his fine form from last Wednesday night. Remember, Bobby missed 2 early games in this expansion season for St. Louis FC. He was sent off in a game earlier in the season, missed 2 games as a consequence.
In midfield, ball stays in the air, headed back and forth. And we've got a whistle in midfield looking at Aiden Quinn. His arms akimbo, palms lofted to the heavens, and he gets no help there.
Matt Fondy running for that last through ball. Didn't think there was any way in the world he could be offside. He's the other number 9 we just referenced.
Yep, Fondy.
As the equalizing goal for Louisville City FC.
Now Dixon tries to roll one through, looking for Lynch. Recovered there, nice move, Rankin, but tapped away. Back to midfield. McCabe. Control, sends it through for Adams. Adams to the right side. Wanted Fondy, he dummied it, let it go to the right side. Top of the area, bouncing ball, but right into the hands of Alec Can. Well sided, made the easy play.
Boy, that was really quick getting forward from Louisville City FC.
An efficient ball movement, not just a run.
1, 2, 3, 4 passes max, and they're immediately in the other team's penalty area. There's Kadeem Akers, last man on that right side, right midfield. Curls it into the penalty area beyond that last defender, James Musa, but there's the goalkeeper, Alec Can.
Can sent one all the way through to the other area. Offensive third, Ambersley tried to run on, but he was double teamed. St. Louis takes over, stepping through a double team, driving forward, tripped up and a foul. No! As Gesicki drove hard into a double team, was upended, and they play on, Bill.
Oscar Gesicki getting forward from that left back position. Talked about earlier, Bob. What are some of the things you'd like to see?
Want to interrupt the game
wide backs
quick,
getting forward, continuing to attack.
Now Sam Fink has Dixon. Dixon flights one. Tried to have Ambersley run under it, but Goodwin comes out, the keeper, and makes the play.
Southern Festus. So once again, a tornado warning.
3 minutes of extra time.
Until 9 o'clock by the National Weather Service.
Roach with a steal on the left sideline. Roach sends it forward with Lynch. Lynch has some space. Now they close. Left foot pass into the middle. Kick it back. A shot all blocked by the defense. A blistering shot from Roach. Oh, the shot is just deflected wide by Goodwin. He's yelling at his team because that was a beautiful effort.
What a shot coming in for number 9, Jeremy Lynch. A beautiful side volley coming into the penalty area. Ball's bouncing around. Lynch keeps it on the side volley after he chested it down. Very nicely done from number 9, Jeremy Lynch, and good goalkeeping from Scott Goodwin.
I think what Goodwin is saying, hey, I know it looked like nothing was going to happen, but Lynch stayed on it. Now out of the corner, they send it through, and Goodwin leaps up to make the play. What an opportunity, and Lynch keeps the heat on.
Fabulous goalkeeping from Scott Goodwin, as we mentioned, Bob, earlier with that mistake. He's a professional. That mistake is long gone. He's not even remembering anymore. His form now is showing just that.
Boy, Roach and Lynch almost had something going. Now Ambersley puts pressure on Goodwin. He has to boot it out of there. Up the right side, here they come again. Louisville City relentless. Charlie Adams across midfield. all the way to the left side for Dakers. Dakers tried to spin it toward the middle, lost his footing, but recovers with the ball, and now has Montano. Montano curls one to the middle, too high as he was looking for Fondy, and it goes out of play, and St. Louis will get it back.
That ball whistled into the penalty area. Fondy couldn't do anything with it. Just tried to flick it on. Thought there might be a runner coming up from right back.
Dobb Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best expert auto service for convenience and value. Get into Dobbs.
And we ask you again, are you interested in a refreshingly different banking alternative here in the St. Louis market? Well, welcome to the world of Triad Banking. Your business, your family, your bank. TriadBanking.com.
St. Louis tries to get on the attack. Handball goes out of bounds. St. Louis will get it. Oh, they're going to call the handball.
It's Enrico Montano. This will be curled in by number 5, Brian Ciasolca. The key here is to get it to your players on the head for the deflection, but most importantly, away from the goalkeeper so he cannot make a play.
Driven in toward the goal area. He leaps, and Goodwin makes the play. Hung up just a little bit too much, not enough spin.
Flighted as opposed to driven, Bob.
Yep. And that's going to end the first half of play, Bill. 1-1 our score between St. Louis and Louisville City.
And what you'd like to see is at least the chance is coming. There's a few too many long balls I don't care for that Ambersley and Lynch have to chase, but Lynch seems to remedy that by going back to find the game. Good work by the flank players getting forward, and Jacob Bouchou keeping a lot of balls alive in the midfield area, and a wonderful first half of defense by James Musa.
We're tied 1-1 at halftime. When we come back, the great Jim Hewer will have our halftime activities to talk about this one. Glad you're with us tonight on the Big 550 KTRS. Halftime activities come your way next.
Hi, I'm Jacob Bouchou, number 17, center midfield for St. Louis FC.
So how long you been bowling?
I'm a new bowler, working on month number 4 now. I got my own shoes, got to be legit with the bowling league. Obviously I have my own ball as well. The hammer.
What's the name of your team?
Valley Crabs. We got B, Brian, Shisholka. We'll work on it. Brian Gall, Patrick Duty, of course.
Emotional leader.
So this is week 3. We didn't bowl our best in the first 2 weeks. We're lucky to be where we are right now. We're just gonna have to come out, show them what the Valley Crabs are all about. Come on, Gall. Oh yeah, Pat. They just look nice. Looking good. Gall's typically our leader, and right now he's not playing his best, but I feel like he's going to pick it up down the stretch here and lead us to victory. Oh, yeah, Gall. Big time. Was good. Oh, Pat. God, that's nice. Thought I missed that. 197. Really thought the 200 was coming. Just wasn't there on the 10th frame on the second shot. One left up. It was tough to see, but we're going to bounce back.
You know, getting through and advancing is the main goal. It wasn't pretty, especially the first half, but we got the 3 points and we moved on, so that's the most important thing right now. We have a couple knocks here and there, but overall, you know, full squad to choose from through the busiest stretch of the season, obviously. And you know, again, going back to the last time we talked, younger guys gonna get some opportunities here coming up. So important stretch for us, some really important games for us, and hopefully the guys treat it that way.
A couple of guys played in different positions. You know, James Musa, who's been our steady guy in the back, played in a holding midfield role, which, you know, it took him a little bit to get moving in there, but once he did, he kind of settled in quite nicely and had a really good impact on the game. And then Jordan Roberts, young guy coming in from Quincy, had his first start, if you will, and had a really good showing and a good impact. And he's going to grow from that moment, and he's going to be a guy that we're going to look to as the season progresses. You know, and then Chad had a very, very solid game. You know, at centre back, it's a solid position to come in. It's a very vital position, mixing in with another centre back. You know, one of the centre backs playing as a holding guy, and he had a tremendous game. We expect a really tough game this weekend, and even at their place the following weekend, going on the road to them. So, they're in the same predicament. They had a midweek game. They have another one coming up. You know, so how they want to deal with it, that's up to them with being on the road for the first of the 2 games. But we expect whoever they put on the field, it's going to be a quality opponent, quality guys. They'll be organized. They like to play soccer, so it should be a great occasion for 2 good soccer teams.
Tried to pass to the middle, and that one kind of got away from St. Louis FC. It was a great opportunity, but then in the 22nd minute, Jeremy Lynch, the hero from the other night, struck again.
Oh, stolen away! He scores! Was he offside? It's a goal! It's a goal! What a play by Lynch! He just walked in and took it away from the keeper and scored, Bill McDermott. I don't believe it.
It was a crazy goal for sure. Jeremy Lynch, just as Bob Ramsey described it perfectly, took it away from Scott Goodwin, just misplayed it, and then Lynch just pushed it into the back of the net. And that in the 22nd minute was the first goal of the match. St. Louis FC with the lead at that point, 1-0. 29th minute, Juan Guzman had a shot stopped again by Alex Can. A little bit of a crazy bounce inside the penalty area as it took a little bit of a deflection, but it was a strong save by Can. We stayed that way until the 30th minute. We told you about Matt Fondy at Louisville. He came in with 3 goals, 2 assists. He leads the team with 22 shots coming into the match. Well, in the 30th minute, a turnover off the foot of Richard Dixon led to Matt Fondy's goal.
Hayden Quinn, long pass, good idea, but it was well read, but then given up. Can comes off a drive.
36th minute.
Really a great spot. Now back on top. Brinken moved in, has some space. A shot on the save by Goodwin. And across the end line. Corner kick coming for St. Louis.
Bob Ramsey on the play-by-play call. Great opportunity for Charles Rankin in the 36th minute. FC and Louisville City exchanged chances all the way up until the 45th minute. Jeremy Lynch had a great opportunity in the 45th minute. It was a side volley opportunity from the left wing. It was a dangerous chance, and Scott Goodwin, goalkeeper for Louisville City, was equal to the task. And there we sit right now at halftime, deadlocked at 1 apiece. Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend here on the Big 550 KTRS. And if you're listening on the World Wide Web at KTRS.com, we're glad you're with us as well. A lot of action in USL this weekend. In fact, this will be the final game for the Memorial Day weekend in USL play. Just about, we'll have 12 USL teams playing on Wednesday, including St. Louis FC, because Wednesday we will resume Open Cup action. The Lamar Hunt Open Cup action resumes here Wednesday night, right here on the Big 550 KTRS. Minnesota United comes to town, and they will take on St. Louis FC. You're wondering about tickets for that? They will go on sale sometime tomorrow. Just go to stlouisfc.com and get the information there. So the tickets will go on sale tomorrow for the game on Wednesday. But what's going on in USL play, you asked, this weekend? Well, let's get to the action that took place on Friday night this week. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds jumped over St. Louis FC in the standings. St. Louis FC had been 6th, but the Pittsburgh Riverhounds went on the road and defeated the Richmond Kickers by a score of 2-1 in front of just under 3,000 at City Stadium in Richmond. And with that victory, Pittsburgh now has 12 points. They moved 2 points ahead of St. Louis FC, but they played 9 games. St. Louis FC just playing in their 8th game tonight with 10 points. Other finals from USL action. Let's stay in the Eastern Conference. They had 4,300 at Blackbaud Stadium. That's the home of the Charlestown Battery. The Battery, second in the Eastern Conference now with a 1-1 tie against Charlotte. The Battery now with 19 points. They've lost just one match thus far. Their record 5-1-4, but they also have played 10 games thus far in USL competition. Let's stay in the East. The Rochester Rhinos, they are atop the Eastern Conference. They have 22 points. Their record now 6-0-4. They went on the road, played Toronto FC 2. We had a chance to see Toronto FC 2 play here last week, and they defeated St. Louis FC. Finally, Toronto FC played their first home match at BMO Field up in Toronto. They had a 0-0 tie against the Rochester Rhinos. Toronto now with 8 points, but the Rochester Rhinos, they remain atop the Eastern Conference with 22 points. Last night, Sacramento United FC, the reigning USL champions, were on the road. They were at Oklahoma City. You know, St. Louis has already won at Oklahoma City. Sacramento came in with 18 points, high atop the standings in the West, and they lost last night to Oklahoma City at 1OK Field in front of 3,700 people, as Oklahoma City wins it by a score of 2-1. 2 red cards in the game. In fact, Rodrigo Lopez, one of the better players in this league, and he plays for Sacramento FC. He got a red card in the 9th minute, and then Oklahoma City had a red card given to them in the 80th minute. So both squads finished the match with 10 players, and Oklahoma City won it at home last night by a score of 2-1. A couple of other finals, the Colorado Switchbacks, led by Steve Trichu, won at home by a score of 5-0 over Arizona United, as Luke Verkovi ended up with 2 goals in the match at the 48th and 89th minute. Colorado Switchbacks win it by a score of 5-0. The Whitecaps defeated the Real Monarchs 2-1, and we sit here tonight at halftime with a score deadlocked at 1 apiece. Want to remind you that after the match tonight, we will be joined by Matt Bird and Zach Godat. We will have our After 90 show brought to you by our friends at Dobbs Tire and Auto Service Center. Look forward to that. Hopefully we'll hear from Dale Schilly and a couple of, maybe we'll get a player tonight if we get time before we get out of here at 10 o'clock right here on the Big 550 KTRS. That's going to do it for our halftime activities. Want to remind you again, if you're in southern Jefferson County, you're under a tornado warning until 8:53 this evening. So you still have just under 10 minutes left in that tornado warning in Jefferson County, southern Jefferson County tonight. Right now, the weather is still good out here at the soccer park. Let's take a break. When we return, Bob Ramsey, Bill McDermott will have our play-by-play for us. We're deadlocked at 1 apiece. Live from the soccer park in the Big 550
All right, ladies and
KTRS.
gentlemen, let's continue as we honor Paul Duker with a lasting memento here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. We thank Bob Lee, first of all, from ESPN for introducing the video. Paul was taken from us last August 14th way too soon. He was a player, great coach for the Cuda Soccer Club, played many games on this very field, coach, referee, and the consummate fan. When you go to watch your national team like Mexico at Azteca Stadium, that's being a fan. He's a story into the game, not just here in St. Louis, but literally around the world. We want to thank Everbank, Frank Trotter in particular, Jack Stapleton, Mike Keogh's here with us. We want to thank Tom Newsom for organizing the game. Here's Jim Leaker, the president of the St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame. We thank Huntley Securities and Bob Chambers in particular. Now, as opposed to a brief moment of silence where we normally honor the memory of someone deceased, let's on 3, 2, 1 have a fabulous moment of celebration as we unveil the Paul Duker stand here at Worldwide Technology Park. Jack Stapleton in 3, 2, 1. And as you continue to come to Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, remember and honor the name Paul Duker. Thanks, Hope St. Louis. Thank you. Hey, fans, make sure to stick around after the game as players from St. Louis FC will be available for autographs. Players who will be on the
Technology
west
Soccer
sideline.
Park, Bob Ramsey and Bill McDermott. Bill is coming back from the pitch. He was leading the homage, honoring the late Paul Duker, who was one of the great soccer ambassadors in our town, and the stand to be named after him. Bill is on his way back up, and he'll tell us all about Paul, who I knew a little bit and admired a great deal. And he and Bill, contemporaries, and the soccer world, and in particular, the soccer world in the St. Louis area will miss Paul greatly. We're about ready to get this one underway as the second half is set to begin. We're tied 1-1. The wind is picked up. We'll see how the weather plays into this one. Not raining this second, but the weather appears to be on the verge of getting pretty dicey. Louisville City tied the game up after a great goal by Lynch midway through the first half, and here we go. Second half action as Louisville City takes over, moving left to right. They go on the attack immediately, send it into the St. Louis area. It's booted away by James Musa, and Louisville will get it on the throw-in. Burke sends it in and drops it back for Shinosky. He goes cross right to left, all the way across the field. Dixon goes back to haul it in, and it's booted away. And once again, looks like Louisville's come out and said, we're going to try and put this thing away or at least get a convincing lead early. They are really on the attack in the opening minute.
And we talked about all their prowess, Bob. One of the things they haven't done this year is win a road game. They're determined to do just that.
Now a giveaway, the top of the area at the 18, and it's booted away by St. Louis. That looked dangerous, sort of laying there for a moment.
As the rain now continues to come down in a pretty pretty steady stream.
You were just down on the pitch. Was it raining when you were down there?
It literally just started when I got up here.
Oh, and now it is coming down pretty good. I may have to scamper back to the back of the booth here. Yeah, the rain coming down pretty good now. St. Louis on the throw-in off the right side, headed back out of play. They'll do it again. Throw in, knocked away by the defense. They try to go up the left flank and do so nicely. Looking for Fondy, but that was knocked away. Battle in the midfield, slide tackle attempt by Ambersley, no. But sent forward by Dixon. Here comes St. Louis. Lynch spins, does a 360 outside the arc, tried the bomb from outside. The 18.
And I think that was
went out of play.
Deflected off that last defender, Bob. Corner kick for St. Louis
Oh,
FC.
how about that? And so Lynch, aggressive play, gets St. Louis a corner, and Roach is going to do the honors out of the right corner.
This is where Sam Fink got a winner for St. Louis FC on the same exact spot from Mike Roach's corner kick.
Roach out of the right corner. They want to talk about it for a moment.
The last game they won on this exact play was against the Wilmington Hammerheads.
Just a little tap in and then sent back out. Dixon flights one toward the far post, header attempt, and it goes out of play, but they say it went off of a Louisville City player. Now St. Louis to get it out of the left corner.
Sam Fink applauds that ball sent in by Richard Dixon. Richard Dixon from right back gets that second ball, rolls outside the penalty area. Number 3, Sam Fink at the opposite post. Makes that last defender, number 5, Connor Shanowski, play. Another corner kick.
Brian Ciasolka curls to the far post. Header attempt. They couldn't chest it and settle, but it goes out of play off of St. Louis.
Looking to that opposite post on the corner kick.
Let me remind you that St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of the St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 4 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen.
Worldwide Technology Soccer Park here at Marshall Wireless Stadium on Denny Long Field.
Seems to be a disagreement of St. Louis, I guess, thought it should have been their ball. We're trying to plead their case, but it doesn't look like that. Well, let's see. Lynch is holding the ball. St. Louis players talking to the official. Morad out there as well, and it's going to go back to all that for naught.
End result, a goal kick. Referee talking with the captain. That's Brandon Artis. Referee talking with the captain, James Musa, to explain exactly what did transpire there.
Louisville City will bring it out. Burke under duress.
A yellow card caution has been issued by the referee. St. Louis FC, number 4, Oscar
Gesicki picked up a yellow card, Bill.
That whole incident there.
Now St. Louis gets the ball back. Dead ball near midfield. So after an initial charge to open the half, this one's bogged down just a little bit as rain and wind come in. Ciasolka curls one, top of the area at the 18, knocked down by Musa, but he couldn't, he sort of squirted away from him. He couldn't get a boot on it.
That ball fell to him from out of nowhere, an odd bounce deflected off that last defender right into the path of James Musa.
Off a defender and out of play, and a throw in from the right side. St. Louis waiting to get their traffic directed. Throw in, side of the goal area, and then headed away. And now a quick counterattack effort, but perhaps a little too ambitious. Fondy, though, goes to steal it, but he couldn't.
He is quick, number 9, Matt Fondy. Once he gets anywhere close to the goal area, the penalty area, he will run right at people.
St. Louis tried to do the same thing, but Ambersley was clearly offside, and that'll give it back to Louisville City.
Fans braving the weather here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Literally just started to rain at the very beginning of the second half.
Not surprised that the beer tent is quite crowded as I look over there.
Beer Garden very much in service every home game here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
And it's a covered area, so you can stay hydrated.
And it's imperative that you do that on these humid days.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. In the midfield, 50-50, looking to run it down, winning the ball, Bouchou. Then Roach recovers. Roach spins around his man. They fight off. Little hand fighting there. Dropping it back. Siasolka curls back. Has some space. They set it up. There with Bouchou. Looking to go to the left side. They had Gasecki up in the corner, knocked away, and then St. Louis gets it back, out of play. St. Louis on the throw-in.
Good work by Jacob Bouchou. A, to win the ball, dig it out with the tackle, and then B, by Mike Roach with his body to win the ball on that last defender. Dug it out nicely, got it forward.
Louisville City takes it away on the throw-in, and they'll try and get their possession set up. They go right to left and bring it up the left flank. Cross midfield, send it forward. Good run, have a man. Well defended. Can they get it out of there? Going back is Dixon. Tried to curl it out, lost it off the offensive player. He tried to keep it in again and out of play, and St. Louis got fortunate there. Fondy was all over them and really battled to get the ball back.
Positively, he won't let anything die that's in the penalty area. James Musa attempting to clear that, made him play.
The wind and the rain coming in, I feel like I'm up on the bridge of one of the great wooden ships, Bill. Off the East Coast. Boy, Dixon got upended. And St. Louis will get the ball back just outside the center circle.
5, Brian Siasolka on this free kick. This will be curled in. Again, looking for that redirection, flicked on header from one of the taller defenders.
Teams line up on the 18. He tries to head it in, had a man, it's still loose. Keeper off his line, but he'll get it back.
An attempt nonetheless by number 3, Sam Fink. Nicely flighted ball for Brian Siasolka.
That one didn't hang up like we'd seen earlier.
That was driven by Brian, and he made it abundantly certain that number 3, Fink, or Gasecki, or Musa could run onto it.
Dakers in the offensive third for Louisville City. Bounces it off Musa and over the end line, so it'll be a corner kick now for Louisville.
Number 7, Kadeem Akers gets through a lot of work, Bob, there on the flank. Akers was initially selected in the 2013 MLS draft by the Chicago Fire, St. Louis FC's MLS partner.
Charlie Adams out of the right corner for Louisville. Curls one right in the face of the goal, knocked away. Saved and then lost it as it bounced all the way back to Adams in the corner, and then he lost it out of play, and St. Louis will get it back.
Good work by Alec Cannon there at the near post, cutting things out, punching it clear right at the near post, not allowing anybody offensively to get on the end of that corner kick. Good goalkeeping.
Think to get it out. Tries to go up the sideline, but it falls right at the feet. Fondy, and then a bit of a side volley by Siasolka to get it out of there. Now he has Ambersley. Ambersley in the middle. Swings it right. Spinning there as it was a little bit behind him was Dixon, and they couldn't control. But now in the middle of the field, Rankin is there. Rankin takes over, moves it for Siasolka. Swings it left to Roach on the left sideline. The offensive third now moves in, has a man back on his heels, shoves down Roach, and they'll play on. And a pass moved forward off a St. Louis player out of play.
Good to fact. Very good tackle in the open field by number 2, Brian Burke. Player that Coach James O'Connor calls the best right back in the league. He's been a strong defender. He gets forward nicely as well. Number 9, Jeremy Lynch, wins yet another foul for St. Louis FC. Comes back just deeply enough to go find the game, help his teammates get the ball forward.
Siasolka with Gasecki. curls it on, header right on. Oh, punched away by Goodwin. Oh, what a play and what a great header by Lynch. Or was that Musa? That was Lynch.
That was Lynch on that head ball. Wonderful ball flighted in by number 4, Oscar Gosecki. Away from the defense, and number 9, Jeremy Lynch, gets on the end of another flighted ball.
That was a beauty.
Very nicely done. Ball whistled in from Oscar Gosecki, perfectly flighted.
Really snapped on with the header.
Jeremy Lynch knows just what to do, Bob. Take a step away from that defender. Beautifully flighted in from Gosecki. The end result, the head ball from number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Good goalkeeping again from Scott Goodwin from Louisville City FC.
They try to counterattack, and ball bounces back into the area. Fondy again. He runs and gets hammered by Bouchou, goes down hard.
Bouchou and Matt Fondy involved in that collision just outside the tip of the penalty area arc.
Hey folks, Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service for convenience and value. Get into Dobbs. And don't forget, St. Louis FC and the Big 550 KTRS present the 22nd annual 3v3 Soccer Challenge, June 20th and 21st at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Go to ktrs.com/3v3 for more information and to register your team.
Matt Fondy, number 9, Bob, just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC, involved in that collision with Jacob Bouchou. This will be whistled in by number 94, Charlie Adams.
Adams with the left foot, curls it on. What a bender. Loose in front. It went a little bit too far. Now a header attempt over the top of the crossbar. Woo! What an attack by Louisville City.
Dangerous ball curled in there from number 94, Charlie Adams, in behind the last defender. Was that ball kept alive? It's ruled out of play there.
So that last attempt that was knocked away by Can was dead, but he didn't give up on it.
He did not. Fondy keeps everything alive inside that center circle. 2 changes now for St. Louis FC as Brian Gall, Patrick Duty into the game. Excuse me, a 3rd change. Parker Marr comes into the game as well, Bob. Parker Marr, Patrick Duty, and Brian Gall.
So those 3 enter the match for St. Louis. Another man goes down. It goes in deep. Oh, and a high bouncing ball. Ambersley couldn't get a boot on it, but it was dangerous nonetheless.
Just about got his outstretched right foot to that, did Mike Ambersley.
St. Louis takes over again in the midfield, trying to take advantage of fresh legs. A double push in the back, double hand push. Nevertheless, Louisville City takes over.
Brian Gall coming on for St. Louis FC. He played every minute of the U.S. Open Cup game against the Des Moines Menace, including the extra time.
Dakers tried to swing it right, and he does. He has Burke, moves in, tried to flick one on, and then what a play to come out as Alec Can saw that one bounce toward the goal and was able to scoop it up.
Had it covered all the way. Excellent goalkeeping. Dangerous ball whistled in by number 2, Brian Burke. Bounces once in the penalty area. That's always troublesome. Bounces yet a second time. Can jumps on the end of it, not allowing a rebound.
Alec drives it toward the offensive third, deflected to the midfield. Here they come. Siasolka. He has to curl back now. It has Duty, who rolls it all the way back for Musa. Musa to the right side. Fink. Long drive into the area, headed away by a defender, recovered by Ambersley. Curls in, has some space, left-footed shot. He scores from outside the 18. What a shot by Ambersley! And a bouncing ball with the left boot. It curled inside the and put St. Louis on top, 2-1.
Wonderful work, Bob, by Mike Ambersley. Comes across the outside of the penalty area on the dribble with his body facing away from play. Across his body with the left foot. Scorer number 15, Mike Ambersley, here in the 61st minute. Wonderful work by Ambersley. Gets the second ball, is just outside the penalty area. Comes at the tip of the arc. Curls it inside that opposite netting. Beautiful finishing from number 15, Mike Ambersley. The goalkeeper, Scott Goodwin, dove, just eluded his outstretched left hand.
Well, Bill, everything went right, and it sort of defied physics a little bit because you said pointed away from the goal, moving that way, to be able to get it back the opposite direction with pace, and I think the bounce helped him.
Positively. As we talked about many times, any kind of bounces in the penalty area, you're in trouble. But his body's facing to the opposite wing corner flag.
Right.
Shoots it across his body with his left foot to the opposite side netting. Beautiful finishing by Mike Ambersley.
Remarkable, remarkable goal. As the rain continues to spit here in St. Louis, it's not a downpour, but a very strong breeze out of the south. Now a counterattack and an FC player goes down. This is going to be a dangerous restart here.
Just outside the tip of the penalty area, arc foul whistled up on number 8, Brian Gall, who just entered the match. Running into the penalty area, number 94, Charlie Adams. He scored a lone goal against Lansing United last Wednesday night in their Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup win. They will now play the Indy 11 next Wednesday, the 27th. That's an NASL team. That's the first exhibition game, as a matter of fact, that St. Louis FC had this year here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park against the Indy 11.
Alec Cann's going to put a 5-man wall. Going to split off of that. Now they drop back. It's a 4-man wall. A shot, a curl. Oh, what a save! Alec Cann. Well sided. They bent it around the wall, and he jumped up and hauled it in. That was a good shot.
It was, Bob, because this ball gets onto him very, very quickly. Struck by number 94, Charlie Adams. Whistles it over the top of the set wall. In behind the defense. Cann keeps it out. The entire ball obviously did not cross the goal line. But when it dipped over the top of the wall, Bob, it really got onto him quickly.
Did we see lightning? Is that what they're doing here?
That's probably what they're going to do. That's what the referee's saying to the team captain.
I think he's sending him off.
Yes.
They're going to send all the players off and the fans out of the stands. Certainly, the announcers are expendable, and so we will be the lightning rods atop Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
We'll stick around.
Don't worry about us.
We'll be fine.
Not that anybody would be worried.
No, and here we are at the highest point at the park.
Surrounded by metal, and we'll stay here broadcasting.
We'll be fine.
Well, what a goal, and we'll see how long it takes before we can get back out to play. 2-1 right now in the 63rd minute. Bill McDermott. Ambersley's goal was really a remarkable one.
Very nicely done, Bobby. Gets the second ball coming out of the penalty area. Very alert, keeps his head up, touches once, tries dribbles away from goal, hits it with his left foot into the opposite side netting. Just eluding that outstretched left hand of the goalkeeper, Scott Goodwin. Good finishing from Mike Ambersley.
And let me remind everyone about Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service. For convenience and value, get into Dobbs, and we've mentioned a couple of times, but Worldwide Technology, St. Louis based and a proud supporter of St. Louis FC and soccer in St. Louis, recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 4 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen.
And are you interested in a refreshingly different banking alternative here in the St. Louis market? Well, welcome to the world of Triad Banking. Your business, your family, your bank, triadbanking.com.
Well, we had talked at length, and deservedly so, about Louisville City's defensive prowess, not allowing any goals in 3 straight victories. They scored 8, gave up 0. Having said that, they haven't won on the road, and now trail 2-1 here in St. Louis.
And somehow, some way, you've got to get points on the road. Ties, if nothing else. If you can't get that win, but it's proving to be difficult for them. And what they do, what I think they really do well, Louisville City FC, is get out of their backfield quickly. They are 1, 2, 3, 4 passes. They're on the break, and they always have number 9, Matt Fondy, to look for. He's very troublesome anywhere close to the penalty area, in and around the penalty area, very much so. That's his office, if you will, and he makes himself available for every ball coming into the penalty area. But Mike Ambersley has put this game where it is right now, playing with his body away from goal, going to the opposite wing corner flag arc, if you will. cuts it across his body, puts it in behind the defense, and in behind Scott Goodwin from well outside the penalty. That's a beautiful piece of finishing by Mike Ambersley.
And it gives St. Louis the 2-1 lead here in the second half. We'll take a break. More St. Louis FC soccer when we return to the Big 550 KTRS. So to keep us updated on everything in the world of sports, let's send it back to our Big 550 KTRS studios, and that's where Sports Director John Hadley is standing by. What do you got for us, big boy?
Well, I thank you very kindly, Bob. First thing I've got for you is you and Bill are doing a phenomenal job. Jimmy, you and I were both in agreement. Your call of Wednesday night's game may have been the best of the best. When I say the best of the best, you always have great calls. Wednesday night's game, great. You're on cue again tonight. All I have to say is you and McDermott are going to you guys are going to bank after this season because the money it's going to take to keep this team together is phenomenal. Now, all that's noted, obviously there is a weather out in Jefferson County area, Benton area.
go to Oklahoma City. You know, St. Louis FC went to Oklahoma City earlier in the year, and they came away with a victory. They've owned the state of Oklahoma, has St. Louis FC. They beat Oklahoma City. They beat the Tulsa Roughnecks. Well, Oklahoma City this week, and in fact, it was last night, they were hosting Sacramento United. Sacramento United, the #1 team last year in USL. They won the championship. It looked to be a kind of a David versus Goliath situation. The United of Sacramento with 18 points, second in the West, and Oklahoma City, they were struggling to find victories. They came in with a mark of just 2-2-3. Rodrigo Lopez, the best player at Sacramento FC, he's basically their playmaker and goal scorer, left the match in the 9th minute with a red card. That helped Oklahoma City because they scored the go-ahead goal in a 2-1 victory in the 35th minute, that is. And they went on to a 2-1 victory over Sacramento United as Oklahoma City comes away with the win and now has 12 points in 8 matches thus far in USL play. Tulsa Roughnecks, they were on the road. They were in Austin taking on the Aztecs, and they got a victory 1-0 at House Park in Austin. Steve Miller with the goal in the 25th minute, and Tulsa wins that match. That was played today. Another one today, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, led by head coach Steve Trichu, with a 5-0 shutout over Arizona United. That one played this afternoon. The Real Monarchs and the Vancouver Whitecaps were doing battle at UBC Thunderbird Stadium in Vancouver today. Vancouver gets 2 goals, one in the 21st minute, one in the 33rd, and Vancouver wins it over the Real Monarchs by a score of 2-1. We have one game to report to you other than this one, and it has just gone final. The New York Red Bulls 2 at home against the Montreal Impact, and they win the match by a score of 3-2. Their goals come in the 13th minute, the 49th, and 69th minute as the New York Red Bulls win that one. We are in a weather delay out here at the soccer park. 2-1, St. Louis FC over Louisville City. We told you earlier, Alec Can gets the start tonight. Mark Pace is out after an outstanding effort in the win on Wednesday night over the Des Moines Menace. And Mark, it was a nice win on Wednesday. And my line froze up. Wonderful. All that, Phil, and the line froze.
Mark Pace is not in the nets tonight, but he will be in the nets on Wednesday against Minnesota FC. And recently, Jim Hewer and I had a chance to catch up with one Mark Pace.
I appreciate that. It was a nail biter, but it was a fun one.
And
you there, Jim?
I am now.
Start of the season, you're tired.
Not
of
your fault.
You can't wait for the league games to start.
God.
But once the league games start, you see a couple teams getting outside of the league games, playing in the cup has got to be a different challenge, but also a unique and fun way.
Absolutely. As you alluded to, you start to see some of the same opponents throughout the league games. You start studying film of some of the teams you'll be seeing regularly, and then you get some cup matches thrown in there, and you experience teams that you've never seen before. You don't know any of the players. Fortunately for the Menace, our coaches had a pretty good idea of many of the players, but again, it's a...
Have you heard anything about the game or what's the protocol?
It's just raining here. It's pouring down raining. We don't have any new information.
All right.
Win in there.
Mark, and again, as we discussed when we interviewed you earlier, having just recently in the last couple of years, thanks mainly to my son, getting into the sport of soccer, it's not like I have a historic reference, and it's not like I had been to the park on a regular basis previously.
Bill, what's the story?
I talked with
like the atmosphere
Dale,
and the
Tim Leonard, and Ralph, and they were waiting to hear as well. But what the initially had heard was that same rule as college.
That was one of those moments
30 minutes wait.
You have to remember, because that
but if it's okay,
got a little crazy.
10 miles within the area, they can go ahead and play.
There's got to be something about playing at the St. Louis
Can't
Soccer
play
Park.
now.
Judging by this.
It really is, and I played there a few times as a high schooler in some state matches, and obviously with Gallagher out there. But the atmosphere
Yeah, it's right on top of
that
us. Yeah. Well, it looks like it'll clear up here in a little bit, though.
Hopefully.
The first several games has been unreal. The St. Louligans, as always, are just fantastic. It was,
I think we have a window.
Yes.
and everybody was mobbed in the Louisville.
So who makes the call?
They weren't sure themselves. They didn't hear yet. They didn't know. They didn't know if it was Jeremy and the league, the league itself.
I'm a little far away to participate in any of those celebrations, but
I do know.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, go ahead, Brady.
Do you want to?
62-57 to be exact, is when the game was halted by referee Brendan Artis. There was lightning all over the place, substantial rain. It's still substantially raining right now, as a matter of fact.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a break, and we'll come back shortly once we figure out exactly how our timetable looks, and we'll be able to report that back to our Big 550 KTRS studios. And it does appear that we will try and get in the final 27 minutes and 3 seconds of this match between the St. Louis Football Club and Louisville City. So stay tuned. More St. Louis FC soccer coming your way on the Big 550 KTRS. Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Both Louisville City and St. Louis FC are trying to play some soccer in pouring rain here in suburban St. Louis, Fenton, Missouri to be exact, right by the Merrimack River. 2-1 with 27 minutes and 3 seconds remaining officially. Bob Ramsey, Bill McDermott. St. Louis leads 2-1. So, you're a professional soccer player. You're expected to give your best. Be interesting to see if one team or the other can sort of take advantage in a situation like this.
And what do you do in this particular scenario? Players have been sitting around literally after running at top speed for the first 60 minutes. Perhaps they stretched a little bit. Obviously, they did a little bit. But here they are coming out again. Lightning does not seem to be bothering things. The rain, however, is coming at a pretty good clip, pretty substantial clip.
Yes. It's still raining pretty hard.
Yeah,
and
pretty
so
hard.
obviously lightning was the issue, not rain. And now it's not the deluge it was maybe 20 minutes ago, but it's a steady, hard rain. And I don't see any pooling of water on the inbound pitch, but around the sidelines, there's standing water.
Positively, and as you just pointed out, Bob, the referee, he looked at that exact matter to see if there was any standing water on the field. There wasn't, and that's one of the reasons I think when he first came out initially to do that, to check that he gave the okay to continue play.
So, we know players. We know some guys are gamers. You could put them in a blizzard. You could put them underwater, and they'd give everything they had, whether it's a friendly mid-season game or playing for a championship. Those are those kind of guys. I don't know who those guys are on either one of these two teams, or if they I just think that which team comes out and tries to take command here under unusual circumstances will be interesting to follow.
And you're going to quickly see what you have coming into tonight's competition. St. Louis FC had 10 points from 7 games. Above them was Louisville City with 15 points from 8 games. Jim Hewer went over all the action in USL this weekend, a substantial amount of it. And both these teams have this game here to finish, then games next Wednesday night in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. And then they play each other again in Louisville next Saturday.
Meanwhile, don't forget about the Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service for convenience and value. Get into Dobbs. And we're getting ready to play some soccer, Bill McDermott.
Here we go. And the throw-in. Ball was initially St. Louis FC. They gave it back to on the courtesy.
And here we go. Moving left to right, Louisville City. St. Louis takes over. Tried to bend one forward, did Jacob Bouchou, and that goes out of play.
The first weather-related pass we saw, that ball simply went off the outside of the rain-soaked foot of Jacob Bouchou.
Both teams battle along the far side, and quick throw in. I don't think anybody's going to be wasting any time the rest of the way. Headed back through the middle, but can't control, and now St. Louis will bring it out.
Talk about these players, they're all playing like their cars are double parked.
Despite the pace, they must know that they can't make the clock go faster. St. Louis with a nice win of a ball in their defensive third, and they move it quickly forward. Ambersley comes through. He had the big goal that separated this game. Now a quick shot, left-footed shot that squirted literally off the toe of Jeremy Lynch and out of play.
Jeremy Lynch, who had been playing superbly, scored the first goal of this particular game in the 21st minute. He's been playing very well for St. Louis FC ever since he came back from his 2-game suspension.
Yeah, he has absolutely made a difference. St. Louis leads 2-1 as we go into the 65th minute.
Right now with the go-ahead goal is Mike Ambersley still in that first 11, alongside of Jeremy Lynch as the 2 front runners.
Long drive to St. Louis territory. St. Louis couldn't stop that pass, and now Louisville City mounting an attack. Here comes Dakers to the right side. Burke on a run toward the end line. Knocked away, was it off of him? Knocked away by Duty, but no, they'll get the throw in on the right side near the corner.
We talked about the fact that number 2, Brian Burke, loves to get forward for Louisville City FC. Fresh player defending against him will be Patrick Duty, who just entered the match shortly before the rain delay.
Burke on the throw in near side. Headed back to him. Dumps it on top. Left-footed shot on the outside of the foot. Interesting shot. Headed out of the area by St. Louis to midfield. Lynch thought he was going to have a play on that, but it moved away from him after the header. Now they're going to try a long direct drive again. Headed away by Musa. Corralled by Siasulka. Turns to the middle one at Ambersley, but he couldn't catch up. Now Burke brings it back for Louisville City up the right sideline. He wants to drive toward the corner, then curls it out top. A header attempt goes wide. Interesting, dynamic play by Fondy. He dove headlong a foot off the ground to make the effort on that header.
The message is very simple for Louisville City FC as they get forward on the attack, Bob. From either flank, whistle the ball in, look for number 9, Matt Fondy.
See if they can make something happen on the slick turf. We've talked about, as weather has been, bad weather has been persistent here in the early going of this season. We've talked about being wet ball on the turf and how it will skip rather than check up for you.
Yeah, this ball has no chance whatsoever of stopping on this surface. It's going to move forever, especially with a bounce in front of the goalkeeper.
Aiden Quinn hurt a knee. He jumped up for a head ball, came down hard, and he's limping badly. I don't know if it's a knee. I hope it's not a knee, maybe a quad, but he hurt his left leg and is really limping as that ball goes out of play in midfield. Yeah. And he has been a key guy for them.
He really had one of those holding midfielders. And Quinn goes up for the aerial challenge, comes down awkwardly, looks to be his left knee.
Now a long run, here comes Louisville City, and a hip check.
That'll be a foul and a card.
Wow. That looked like a Bob Plager hockey hip check, just took the man out.
It was a rough tackle by number 6, Parker Marr, coming in to cut off the run of number 7, Kadeem Akers.
This will be at about a 45-degree angle.
So Akers, who's been very troublesome for the St. Louis defense just by running at them on the flanks.
Right off the left point of the penalty area toward the sideline. Everybody runs toward the net. Diagonal ball in, headed and over the crossbar. Woo!
Again, a design play. We talked about St. Louis FC working on that particular format during training during the past week. Exactly what Louisville FC tried that right there. Flight it into the penalty area, look for someone to get on the end of it, flick it on, redirect it.
Alec Can.
Olsen in very nicely, looking for the headed redirection just over the top of the crossbar.
It bounces harmlessly through the St. Louis midfielders, and Louisville City will just drive it toward the St. Louis end of the pitch. 50-50 who can win this ball. St. Louis comes away with it in the midfield, but then Dakers picks their pocket. And they try the left side again. Looking to get it in deep. Had Fondy for a moment, and a foul on Louisville City.
Fondy whistled up for the handball. He says that he chested it down. But they immediately looked forward to get number 9 involved. And that is Matt Fondy, who got the equalizer in the 30th minute. Right now we stand 2-1. Mike Ambersley with the go-ahead goal for St. Louis FC.
And a beautiful goal it was.
It really was. Very nicely done by Mike outside the penalty area. Got the second ball dribbled away from the defender. Shot with his left into the other opposite side netting. He played it where it came from.
Left-footed drive by Alec Can all the way to the offensive penalty area. Ping-pongs through, knocked away, finally settled by St. Louis. They swing it left and look to set up the play. Moving forward, Duty. He's there with Siasulka. They're going to switch left to right. They want Dixon. Looks to move forward. He tried to find Lynch up top. That's cleared out of there by Louisville City. It's going to go, no, they held it in on the far side. St. Louis recovers, and they'll send it back to their keeper, Alec Can, as we get into the 70th minute.
Pretty soon this gets into the theme, Bob, what Dale Schilly has been preaching to his team since he took over. When you have a lead, can you close out home games?
In the midfield, it was Lynch, and he gave the ball up. Fondy brings it up the right side on a good run in the offensive third. Fondy, one man to beat, tries to beat him with speed. He's drilled down by Siasulka.
What an excellent tackle by Siasulka in the open field against a really dangerous front runner, number 9, Matt Fondy.
To be able to go with him step for step and then drop him with that shoulder.
He didn't dive in.
Nope.
Didn't commit himself too quickly.
Fink with a long drive to clear the pressure. all the way back to Goodwin, the Louisville City keeper, and he'll roll it out. Here comes Louisville City again, trailing 2-1.
And both these teams, as you mentioned, Bob, you asked me, what are they playing for?
Uh-oh, Fondy on a dead run. He wins the ball. Bouncing ball right into the chest of Can. Still loose. Takes a shot. Oh, another kick save and a beauty. Oh, my. Alec Can robbed Fondy twice. Oh, baby.
Fabulous goalkeeping from Alec Can to strip the ball from the most dangerous player on the field offensively for Louisville, Matt Fondy. Magnificent goalkeeping.
He robbed him twice in the space of 5 seconds. Back the other way. Burke sends one through the middle of back heel. Just goes through. That would have been a goal.
Louisville City doing the attacking now. Matt Fondy continues to get forward. Scoops it over the last defender. Then attempts to get it over the top of Alec Can. Makes that initial save. Won't let the play die. Neither player will. Fondy nor Can. Another shot. Can makes a save at the near post yet again. Wow. Tremendous goalkeeping from the Chicago Fire lone player, Alec Can. But I was just saying, Bob, both these teams playing for something. St. Louis trying to get the 3 points at home, and Louisville City trying to get that first.
Oh, they
win
rolled
on the road.
one on and made a mistake. Curling back, Ambersley. One man trails, out on top to the far post. Oh, they can't quite run it down. Siasoki on the end line. He tries to turn and then got his pocket picked. Here comes Louisville City, rolling up the right side and on a long run. Really a nice run by Burke. Switches to the left side. They got their target man on top. Big push in the back. Looking to try the left wing again. Then they're going to roll it back, and in the offensive third, a left-footed boot going to the far post, headed out by St. Louis, recovered by Louisville City. Outside the area, back in. They're going to try another one. Taken away from St. Louis, out on top, Dakers, and he's drilled. And this is going to be trouble.
Very troublesome. Just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC. Sam Fink whistled up for the foul. It's very simple now. Do the defending. Kadeem Akers gets on the end of it. He's fouled from behind once by Jeremy Lynch, and then by number 17, Jacob Bouchou. So a free kick just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC.
About 21 yards out.
Alec Can's been magnificent all night long, especially on that last foray upfield by St. Louis FC in the person of number 9, Matt Fondy.
About 3 yards outside the 18 and just to the right of the arc. 5-man wall faces. Backing up is Quinn. Bends one, on goal, saved! Alec Can.
And Quinn with that ball off that free kick with no difficulty whatsoever. Making the save as the goalkeeper, Alec Can. Just over the outstretched arms of the last defender at the right side of that defensive wall shape up. Can with the save yet again for St. Louis FC.
Can drilled it 2/3 the length of the field, but immediately taken by Louisville City. Now back into his area, under pressure. He has to scoop it up. Louisville's really turned up the heat here. The rain has fallen to a steady pace. These players battle on. Now in the 75th minute. Looking to drive it on for Fondy again. Musa matches him step for step, but has to put it out of play over the end line.
Good defending by number 14, James Musa. You do not want number 9, Matt Fondy, to get the ball at his feet under control and run at you as the last defender.
So a right corner kick. Juan Guzman. Checks his teammates, he's ready. Drives it, out on top, header attempt, blocked by the defense, loose in front, they score! Louisville City's tied it up. As the ball hit the deck, I didn't see who poked it in. It was a scrum in front, and it trickled through past Alec Can.
Well, that almost seemed inevitable. Ever since the restart, Louisville had been all over St. Louis FC. You give up a corner as opposed to allowing a cross ball come in. It is now 2 apiece. Louisville FC equalizes on the road.
see if we can get the details of that goal, as it was driven into a pack, hit the turf, and then squirted free. So St. Louis has had the lead twice. Louisville City has evened it up twice. And here we are, 2-2 in the 76th minute. St. Louis will get it on a throw-in.
On a corner kick from number 8, Juan Guzman. Just over the outstretched arms. Headed down initially, right into the tip of the penalty area. James Musa makes the tackle. And number 9, Matt Fondi. Once again, somehow and in some way, while laying down inside the penalty area, inside the 6, gets his foot to it and equalizes for St. Louis.
Now, Ambersley's tripped up by the keeper. What are we going to call here?
Well, first of all, it's a penalty and a red card.
Ambersley had his man beat on a ball over the top. He was at the top corner of the 18, and the keeper, Goodwin, came all the way out and drilled him.
That is the wrong color card, by the way. The goalkeeper takes Mike Ambersley out of the play on a tackle. He is the last defender back, denying a legitimate goal-scoring opportunity. The penalty kick is the accurate call. The proper call, along with it, should have been the red card. But nonetheless, we'll continue to play here. Here's a goalkeeper coming out at the tip of his own penalty area. He fouls Mike Ambersley inside that penalty area. It is indeed a penalty kick and a chance for St. Louis FC to go up ahead in this match.
What a crazy turn of events. And who will it be, Gall? Who's going to take the penalty kick?
Referee now being surrounded by players from Louisville City FC.
Jeremy Lynch is going to go in there and make sure that his voice is heard. Yellow card.
Got a yellow card. That was not for that last particular play, but for one of the last offenders answering back to the referee, Brandon Artis, the man in charge here this evening. So in the 74th minute, Brian Gall, who wears number 8 for St. Louis FC, has a chance to score the go-ahead goal on a penalty kick.
Places the ball down. Thinks about it a moment. Stares down at the ball, looks at the official. Now backs up. 2.5 steps. Faces. He's ready. Here he goes. The shot. He scores! Brian Gall on the penalty kick. And St. Louis has that quickly regained the lead 3-2 in the 79th minute.
So Brian Gall in that 79th minute, as Bob Ramsey just spoke about on the penalty kick. He now becomes the leading goal scorer for St. Louis FC. That's his 3rd of this 2015 season. And a very valuable one as St. Louis FC tries to protect Worldwide Technology Soccer Park here on the penalty kick.
Goodwin went down and leaned right. Gall went left and pounded it home.
So the go-ahead goal in the 79th minute by number 8, Brian Gall.
Now we got a whistle on the other end as we get back into play. And now going to be a yellow card for arguing from James Musa.
Either a yellow card for answering back to the referee or perhaps time wasting is here in the 80th minute.
Alacan drills it to midfield. Bouchou sends it forward, but Louisville City remains on the attack. Headed away as they try to get into the offensive third. Looking to get it to Fondi again, and we got a whistle. They're playing in the smoke over there. It's hard to see.
St. Louligans.
Oh, no.
They stuck around, still in top arm. Yeah, a free kick just outside the penalty area, Bob.
Oh, my. A free kick right off the left point of the penalty area. They set it up, a shot. They score and equalize it again. A tap off the free kick, a right-footed shot from about 19 yards out, and a score in the lower right-hand corner.
On the quick free kick.
Ties it 3-3.
In the 81st minute, number 16, a late addition coming into the game, Nate Polak.
The rain is all but stopped, just a very light drizzle now. Oh boy, what a night. handball on St. Louis. They'll go the other way.
The quick free kick was the end result of why that goal happened.
Louisville City sends it into the area again, looking for Fondy. Caught in a double team. Oh, a nice play by Burke to hit it forward. Fondy gives it back. Burke drives through out on top. Oh, they had a couple of runners going right at the goal, but it slid through.
Just across the goal mouth. Dangerous attacking yet again by Louisville City FC.
Sam Fink drives it. Ambersley runs under it. He's there. Runs into the keeper. They're going to play on. As Goodwin was able to knock it away. Boy, Ambersley made it dangerous again, didn't he?
Positively does not let any play die, especially when it's bouncing anywhere close to the penalty area.
Dakers on the left side into the offensive third. Up the sideline, turns. We got a whistle and a foul. Dakers, I believe, on the push.
Yep, followed by number 7, Kadeem Dakers. Getting forward on that left flank, battling number 2, Richard Dixon. Louisville City FC equalizes in the 3rd minute, playing with 11 people. They should, by the way, be playing with 10 people. Goalkeeper fouled Mike Ambersley, last defender back, in a legitimate goal-scoring opportunity.
In the midfield. The battle wages on. Giving up to Fondy. Oh, nifty play. Brought the ball in with his right foot and then scooped it back behind him to a teammate. They send it forward, but it rolls through offside, and St. Louis will take over.
Offside. The defenders have moved up just quickly enough to get that last offensive player. And, of course, it was number 9, Matt Fondy.
And now, Sidney Rivera, who's come into the game, took a dead ball and just attacked the goal for no apparent reason. They whistled him down and said, "What are you doing? Get back here." So Alec Can will drive it deep toward the penalty area. Looking for Lynch. Headed back toward Jeremy. Into the penalty area, and then the defense curls it out. St. Louis looks to run it down. They do with a head ball. Can't control, however, then stolen away. Siaselka moves in, dishes out top. Ambersley near the arc. Slide tackle, takes him down. They play on. What looked like an opportunity. Should have been offside, and is. Oh, and now some shoving going on, and Musa is very, very upset. Very, very upset with Rivera. So Rivera's quickly gotten under the skin of St. Louis FC.
Let's see what the referee calls here. Late in this game in the 84th minute, as Patrick Doody pulls away his team captain. The referee consulting with his associate referee to sort this out and find out exactly what transpired. Matt Fondy, James Musa. Now the referee is talking to the assistant referee to find out what transpired there. He will be giving a card to James Musa, a yellow, and a yellow to number 23, Sidney Rivera.
I think Musa is trying to talk about how he was offended, and he probably is right, but his reaction was not appropriate according to the referee.
Here's the end result of the play. That's the assistant referee, obviously allowed now to come onto the field to help things out. Patrick Doody pulls away his team captain. But number 23, Sidney Rivera, and number 14, James Musa from St. Louis FC, both given yellow cards. Properly sorted out by the referee. Came over and consulted with his assistant referee.
St. Louis has had the lead 3 different times, and 3 separate times Louisville City has had an answer. We're tied 3-3 now. The ball sent forward by Can. Louisville City recovers and brings it back right to left and up the left sideline. Into their offensive third, now tied up, and they're going to roll it back to midfield. Content to reset in a tie game, 3-3 in the 86th minute now. Back to the wing, looking to drive it forward. They were going to try a little give and go to get it to Fondy, but that was broken up.
Yeah, just sending it into the penalty area, looking for Rivera to flick it on to Fondy.
Out of play, and no, I'm sorry. Dead ball, they'll restart it. Send it in again. Looking for Fondy, headed out of there though by Fink. Recovered. On the attack again, Fondy at his feet, gives it up, a little give and go. Knocked away, he got it back. His left-footed shot though was well wide, and St. Louis will take over. He appears to be unmarkable at this point.
Number 9, Matt Fondy, content to do all the running for through balls, running for the aftermath of a 1-2. Goes out to find the game. Doesn't come back too terribly deep too often, but when he does, he can receive and turn and run at you, and that's when he's very, very troublesome running in the open field.
St. Louis has not been able to possess the ball the last 4 or 5 minutes since that equalizer. Push it in the back as they try to attack again. St. Louis takes over. Now maybe a run. Here they come. Siasoka through the midfield, but the ball skipped up on Ambersley. He couldn't control it. Musa gets it back, sends it to the right side through the midfield, but that's headed away. Now recovered by Vandergriff.
Just into the game moments ago, did number 21, Chad Vandergriff.
Dixon sends it forward. He has Marr. Marr gets it ahead. Here comes Duty, and the ball out of play. St. Louis will throw it in. Dropped in for Marr. Try to send it forward. Nice little give and go. Here comes Bouchou. He's taken out at the end line. And a corner kick for St. Louis.
And it's clearly a yellow card.
It's certainly what Duty is trying to get.
Jacob Bouchou for Patrick Duty. Hits it with the outside of his left for the return run of Jacob Bouchou. Cut down from behind, sideways, number 17, Jacob Bouchou. Runs for a corner kick.
Oh, they're going to place it down, dead ball inside the corner, just off the line, it appears.
Free kick, the end result of that play.
Driven to the far side and headed away nicely by the defense. Settled. They get it back on top of the arc. That's blocked by the defense on a quick shot. Now Dixon wants to lob one over the top. They look to run on, but it skips away too far ahead and out of play.
Get into the 89th minute.
So Scott Goodwin drives the ball to midfield. Vandergriff tries to head it forward. See if they can get it to Lynch. He had it juggled for a moment. Now Dixon again heads it through the middle. Tried to tip it ahead. Tried to flick it to Gall, but couldn't get it there. And now here comes Louisville City again. Looking for Fondy. He headed it forward. Back to get it is Patrick Duty. His left foot sends it forward. In the air, Ambersley. He took a shove. Settled on the right side and knocked away. Here they come again. Burke. Sideline throw in. Burke gets it back on the right side. Gets it forward. Dakers has a man on the run, but running a bit faster. Alec Can read it nicely. Picked it up in a bounce. Wheels it out for Dixon. Dixon, little fake out move. Rolls it through midfield, but couldn't find any of his own teammates. And Louisville City regains the possession in the 90th minute. Back for Fondy outside the arc. Fondy dishes to the corner. They send it in the corner of the upper corner of the area. Headed out by St. Louis. Recovered nicely. Marr looking to get it out for Lynch, but knocked away, and they continue to attack. St. Louis has not had much of a sustained possession for the last 20 minutes. To bring it again, broken up there. Nicely done by Gall, but he can't control it. They swing it back left. Send it in, flighted ball, high in the air, knocked away, it's loose. Oh, and a little left-hand dribble and a scoop up by Alec Can in traffic.
Good goalkeeping yet again by Alec Can. 5 minutes of added time. Recorded by the fourth official, Shane Kennard.
in the midfield. Back and forth we go. Bushu tries to send it forward, but again, it's just trying to send it forward for St. Louis, whereas Louisville City has concerted efforts and moved forward in a wave. This time they got a little bit in a hurry and lose it, and Alec Can comes out and picks it up. He'll distribute to the right side for Dixon. Sends it forward. St. Louis just have really a lot of trouble receiving the ball. Now a nice long run, toe poke through for Louisville City, but going out to get it is Alec Can. He'll distribute now to the left flank as Duty will bring it forward, but he's under pressure. They send it to midfield, broken up nicely. Booted high in the air by Quinn for Louisville City. Taken over by St. Louis. To the middle. Tried to send a pass through the middle and taken away in the center circle. Aiden Quinn brings it back. Louisville on the attack again, has some space, moves it in. Toe poke and a diving play by Alec Can.
Well, number 7, Bob, yet again, Kadeem Dakers out on that left flank. Continues to run it, people.
He was quiet in the first half, but he's been a handful here in the second half. They roll it through again. St. Louis again couldn't get much going, and they try to steal it away and do, but just driven forward, it's going to go out of play, and their goalie will take over.
Getting into the 93rd minute, still trying to salvage the 3 points from this home game.
Headed in the air at midfield. St. Louis trying to take over. Boy, this guy Rivera, he can get under everybody's skin quickly, can't he?
Referee Brandon Artis again talking with James Musa. Gave Rivera and Musa a yellow card a moment ago.
Now they'll drop it back for Can.
Drop ball evidently for the inadvertent whistle from the referee, Brendan Artis, who went over to explain that to Matt Fondy and James Musa.
Can drives at the length of the pitch, so his opposite, Goodwin, gets it and rolls it out. They'll try the left side now. Here comes Louisville City in extra time in regulation. Booted forward, they've got to look, they take a shot. Oh, and just shot it wide. That was Guzman, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He could have ended it right there.
Very easily over the top of the defense, shooting it just wide of that near post, number 8, Juan Guzman, who's moved up a little more forward after the inclement weather break. He was the holding midfielder at the outset. Inside the center circle is number 8, Juan Guzman. Now had an excellent opportunity to put this game away.
And so now Can bring it out again. We're getting close to the end of extra time.
95th minute, there was indeed 5 minutes.
Substitution.
That's Jordan Richards coming on for St. Louis FC. For one reason and one reason only, to shoot it from anywhere.
St. Louis looks to take the ball away in midfield, and they do. They haven't been able to get sustained possessions, though, since we've been in about the 70th minute.
Mm-hmm. Louisville seemed determined. They came back every time, Bob. In the 81st minute most recently. Second half change. Number 16, Nate Polak.
And on a long throw, and it's taken away, and here comes Louisville City. Tried the left side, long pass deflected. Musa heads it to midfield. Nobody there but white shirts, and they'll take over. And that's going to end regulation. We're tied 3-3.
So each team ekes out, and I mean ekes out, 1 point from the tie. Louisville City still winless on the road. They do get a point nonetheless.
And that's big, getting points on the road.
Positively. positively. You come in here, you play against a team that's going to be a major foe in this Eastern Conference. St. Louis FC and Louisville City FC, the 3-3 final, but up and back action pretty much the entire time. And when that final 27 minutes was played, Louisville came out. They seemed like they were determined to get 3 points on the road.
The way they were able to possess the ball after the weather delay, I thought was impressive. We wondered who would do it, and this guy Fondy is so dangerous, and I think you've got to probably do extra things, more than you normally do, because he was controlling things, because no matter where you turn, get the ball anywhere near him, and he was going to give himself an opportunity.
Well, Dale Schilly talking it over right now with Brandon Artis, the goalkeeper. The referee, the man in charge tonight, also, that was the coach, James O'Connor from Louisville City FC. Maybe just asking why he made a few decisions. The absolute first question I would ask, how was it that the goalkeeper was not sent off on you playing a man sharp when it was clearly fouling the last offensive player, Mike Ambersley? He got a penalty kick out of it. Brian Gall was successful in that. But the end result should have been the red, with the denying a legitimate goal-scoring opportunity as the last defender back. But referee Brandon Artis saw otherwise, and I think that's one of the things that Dale Schilly might have been asking me after the game. But nonetheless, Louisville comes in, they get a point. St. Louis cannot again close out a game. They don't get the valuable 3 points at home. And that continues to be a real irritant, I know it is, for Dale Schilly.
It's funny because you get 3 goals. You got to feel pretty good about that. But not being able to close it out. You had the lead 3 times. It's not like it was a comeback and you're happy because you had to battle back. You had the lead 3 separate times.
And that is the bottom line storyline of this particular game. A lot of different players played well. Some players got a chance to get into the first 11. And Dale Schilly talked about this. He worked his team for this entire game during the week of training. You're going to have to platoon players. Some other players have justified getting minutes. We're going to have to change our first 11. We play games on Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday. That's difficult for a team, even though it's this young in the season, and you have a lot of young players. We delineated this earlier, who are still just accustomed to a college soccer season. This is dramatically different now. Not only do you have more games to play, you have a substantial amount of games to continue to play in both competitions, the Open Cup and USL League games as well.
Quick look ahead, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, Open Cup action.
Against the Minnesota team in the NASL, the hierarchy goes MLS, NASL, USL. So Dale Schilly talked about this as well. The last game against the Des Moines Menace, it was an excellent opportunity for 2 things. Players who haven't played for a while, who justified minutes, get in the game and see where you stand. See where you stand against teams of perhaps a more substantial buildup of talent in their first 11. So you'll see that first thing Wednesday night here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central, St. Louis FC against visiting Minnesota from NASL.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here. You and I ate up all of our post-game time, Bill, as the way it worked. And so we'll have all the guys back on Wednesday for their regular soccer conversation post-game. Right now, we're going to send it back to our KTRS studios and sports director John Hadley. For Jim Muir and Bill McDermott, I'm Bob Ramsey. Final score here in St. Louis, Louisville City and St. Louis FC, 3-3 draw. Now let's go back to the Big 550, KTRS and John Hadley.